Hershey's Cocoa invites you to have a seat, any seat, because no matter which dessert you choose, you won't find more than 180 calories or 5 grams of fat. At the heart of all these luscious chocolate desserts is Hershey's Cocoa, with less than 1 gram of fat per tablespoon. And as always, cocoa has no cholesterol. It's the lean way to make it chocolate. Look for a free light recipe booklet right on the Hershey's Cocoa can.
She is one of America's toughest drug enforcement agents. Last year, she helped convict 90 drug dealers, seize several tons of crack and marijuana, and close down 10 major drug operations. She is a 68-year-old grandmother named Irma. She set up a community drug watch that is not only changing her neighborhood, but its future. There are many ways to help in your community. Call the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
On the next 90210, Brandon's new girlfriend has a past, and on Wednesday night, it comes back to haunt them. Then, has Jake finally met the one woman immune to his charm? Find out on an all-new Melrose Place Wednesday.
McDonald's, huh?
Yeah.
Smells good.
Thanks.
If this ride were any longer, you'd have to fight for those fries.
We're stuck.
There's a smart way to doctor a cough. Robitussin cough drops.
Try this, it works.
With an active ingredient that speeds soothing relief to your cough.
Try this, it works.
Robitussin cough drops. Cough drops from the cough experts.
You know what bugs me? The mess toothpaste tubes and pumps can make. The pumps get all clogged, and the tubes make an even bigger mess. But this I love. The Crest Neat Squeeze. Not only is it filled with Crest, dentist's choice for fighting tartar and cavities, which in itself is pretty remarkable. It also does something completely awesome. It lets you squeeze out what you want and what you don't want gets pulled back in so there's less mess. The Crest Neat Squeeze. What an incredibly neat idea.
An all-new Thanksgiving episode of 90210, Wednesday.
From Hollywood Pictures, Thomas Jefferson Johnson has discovered the ultimate con.
I am running for Congress. Why you no vote Jeff Johnson? He the name you know. Go down vote for Jeff.
I don't know why you gotta come right through here and tell you this. What, are you crazy?
Now he's doing to Congress what Congress has been doing to you. Eddie Murphy.
I got a sprinkler too now. All right.
The Distinguished Gentleman.
Yeah, I'm the man.
Rated R. Starts Friday, December 4th at a theater near you.
Wow! Doesn't anyone sit down to a good hot breakfast anymore? When I was a boy, we'd gather round the table for some nice warm cream of wheat. People actually talked to each other, discussed plans for the day. Nowadays, everything is rush, rush, rush.
So, Grandpa, what's your plan for the day?
Why start out with cold cereal when you can have the warmth of cream of wheat in an instant? Now try new Cinnamon Toast.
A quick reminder, Lubriderm lotion restores lost moisture to heal your dry skin and protect it. Remember, the one created for dermatologists is the one that heals and protects. Lubriderm. See you later, alligator.
Thursday, spend Thanksgiving with a couple of real turkeys.
Meet Cue-Ball, the man with no hair.
The Simpsons, Thursday on Fox.
All pain relievers are not the same. Introducing aspirin-free Anacin maximum strength gel caplets. Strong against stubborn headaches, easy to swallow, gentle on your stomach. New gel caplets, the newest form in pain relief of aspirin-free Anacin.
The available anti-lock brakes on the new Geo Prism can help you negotiate driving hazards during hard braking. And every new Prism comes with a driver's side airbag. which we'd also be happy to demonstrate. But you've seen all that before. Besides, why ruin such a beautiful car? Get to know the newest Geo Prism, at your Chevrolet Geo dealers.
For years, the one thing that was missing from cheaper pantyhose was the quality of legs. But now there's Everyday, the first pantyhose with quality that feels as good as the price. Legs Everyday. Ask for it by name.
Tostitos, restaurant-style tortilla chips. You've never had it this good. Tostitos. This is the taste that takes you there.
Fortunately, many Americans have found a way to respond to HIV.
You got a friend that's got AIDS.
What? They're shooting up? You think that's the only way
They're
people get
educating
AIDS?
their employees,
The issue here is education. AIDS is growing fast
their communities,
in small towns.
especially their friends and their families.
Last year, I found out that I have HIV.
If we're going to prevent the spread of HIV, each and every one of us must do our part. Find out how you can help prevent HIV. Call 1-800-342-AIDS.
The world's hottest bands, the year's #1 hits, all on one night. Rock out with Michael Jackson, U2, Guns N' Roses, and many more. When the 1992 Billboard Music Awards come to Fox live on Wednesday, December 9th.
Whoops is brought to you by the foods you want, the service you deserve. That's what you want. That's what you get, guaranteed at McDonald's today.
Just what you wanted for the holidays. Movies from McDonald's for your family and friends. Give them the hilarious Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Or the family favorite Babes in Toyland. Each video just $5.99 when you buy any large sandwich. Or surprise them with Dances with Wolves, the original full-length version. Unbelievably priced at only $7.99 when you buy any large sandwich during McDonald's Holiday Film Festival. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
This isn't the Accord or the Camry you were talking about.
I know.
This is so sporty.
I got a V6 engine and standard anti-lock brakes.
Is it fun to drive?
It's great. The control and the power, you know, for passing and that kind of thing. And it was a couple thousand less than the Accord or the Camry.
Really? What is this?
It's a Pontiac, the new Grand Am.
welcome back. So I kind of repeated everything just for the sake of people catching the replay, you know. So I know it was pretty repetitive for a lot of you. And for those of you who are catching the replay who missed my rant, well, too bad, because I'm not doing the rant all over again. But we are going to go right into the Gypsy Rose stuff. Now, the Gypsy Rose stuff. Now, before I do that, again, for the people catching the replay, I played the little tribute that I made to Gannon during the Letitia Stout trial. And I felt it would be nice, because it is his birthday, to play it today. He would have been 15 years old today. Again, sorry for the repetitiveness for you guys who were already here for all of this that already happened. I know it's a little deja vu, but again, I have to consider those who are my replay people, because I love my replay people just as much. But again, sorry, the rant came naturally. The moment has passed, and it is what it is. So anyway, now I'm going to go into this Gypsy Rose stuff, but something while I was looking for another video, because the thing is I had to stop the last stream. For those of you who are not catching the replay and are just here for the second time in the last few minutes, I got dinged. I was playing something from ABC News, but I guess it was an episode of 2020, and you can't play that. Apparently, because it's copyright protected, and then it cut off my stream, and I'm sorry about that, and I do apologize. Before I do that, though, I came across this video. I have to play it for you guys, because I don't think any of you guys will find it as funny as I do, because I find some of the stupidest shit funny as hell. I sent it to Cherry, and she was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." But I'm gonna play this because it's fucking hilarious to me. It's very, very short, but I'll probably play it more than once because it's very short. Just thinking about it makes me laugh. The stupid shit that I find on the internet, it finds me. Okay, this is not my fault. It finds me. Okay. Yeah, they didn't waste time with that ding, did they? Hold on.
Yo soy Jacinto el Grande. ¡Toma! Si serás imbécil, Jacinto. Todos mis antepasados son judíos. ¿Ah, sí? Pues mira lo que tengo. ¡Heil Hitler!
Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. One more time. Okay, so the video is called How to Deal with a Jewish Vampire.
Yo soy Jacinto el Grande. ¡Toma! Si serás imbécil, Jacinto. Todos mis antepasados son judíos. ¿Ah, sí? Pues mira lo que tengo. ¡Heil Hitler!
Oh my God, I can't fucking take it, dude. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. Oh my God, dude. Oh God. Oh my God, I can't, dude. That is the funniest shit ever. Okay. All right. We're gonna move on. Because I can't play that like I can't play that after I go over the Gypsy Rose stuff. Like the mood will be gone. So oh fuck, man. That is too much. That shit is too fucking much. be over this in a second. It gets funnier every time I watch it. Hold on. Okay. Oh my God, dude. One more time. Just one more time. You guys got to indulge me here.
Yo soy Jacinto el Grande. ¡Toma! Y serás imbécil, Jacinto. Todos mis antepasados son judíos. ¿Ah, sí? Pues mira lo que tengo. ¡Ay, Hitler!
Oh my God, dude. Holy shit. Okay, all right. That's enough. Oh, wait. Oh my God.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Thank you, girl of the valley. I'm so dead. Me too. Oh my God. Oh, that is so much. So let me real quick go over again for the replay people. Sorry, this is again a little deja vu, guys. Hold on. Calamity Jade, thank you so much. I'm going to make one for you with big Glenn letters that has the same setup, but a shoe. What? A shoe? What? At the end of it, I can't tell what the emojis are, but thank you so much, Calamity Jade. I appreciate it. Hold on a second. So I'm going to play this one more time because I think it's really important to the community to play this, but I'm not going to get into all of the ranting that I did. But and big shout out to Tracy Ann Chasing for this footage or for this article or for this news clip that she shared in her community.
True crime podcasts and YouTube channels, they've really exploded in popularity in the past several years. But is there a limit to what people can and cannot say in discussing theories around crimes?
WSMV4 investigative reporter Stacey Cameron looked into a federal lawsuit facing a Nashville YouTube star and reveals how it could shape the way crimes are discussed.
See, I love that. Let's hope that it does that. Let's hope it reshapes the way crime is discussed.
After attending a party in August of 2022, her mother's desperate plea for help.
My head is all over the place and I'm terrified.
Turned the search for her daughter into an international story. But the news took a tragic turn.
A heartbreaking end to the more than 2-week-long search.
When investigators in California determined she accidentally drowned after driving her car into a lake the night she went missing. But according to attorney Chris Smith,
they're still obviously grieving.
Rodney's death was just the beginning of her family's pain because true crime conspiracy videos
show me real proof of Kylie Rodney existing.
Like this one, posted by Nashville YouTube star Ryan Upchurch, took the case viral. And Smith says when Upchurch told his 3 million followers that the Rodneys faked everything to make money on GoFundMe,
Wait 1 second. Okay. I want to correct the news there. It was not this dickhead who took the case viral. All this dickhead did was jump on a bandwagon because the case was already viral. He's the one who turned it into a fucking circus. I just want to be very clear about that.
It's a scam.
The family hired him to sue Upchurch for defamation, claiming his videos caused mental and psychological damage.
Do you think there's an incentive for people to publish these types of videos?
Absolutely. If that video goes viral,
yeah, this
then you
was
get
published
subscribers,
today.
you get clicks, and you might get money.
Upchurch isn't the only person sued for posting controversial videos about real crimes. Earlier this year, TikTok psychic Ashley Gillard was sued for claiming a University of Idaho professor ordered the killing of 4 students. And InfoWars founder Alex Jones got hit with multiple suits for saying the Sandy Hook Elementary massacre was a hoax. When it comes to videos like Upchurch's,
Can the companies that offer the platform be held liable?
Generally, no.
Vanderbilt law professor Jennifer Safstrom says companies like YouTube can't be sued because they're not the ones talking. And to win in court, Safstrom says you basically need to prove the person posting knew they were lying, not just sharing what they think about a high-profile crime.
Is someone's opinion protected from a defamation lawsuit?
Absolutely.
In a statement sent to WSMV4 Investigates, Upchurch's lawyer says opinion is the defense he looks forward to presenting in court. But Smith doesn't buy the argument,
Everyone gets their own opinion, but not their own facts.
saying he thinks Upchurch's video was so outrageous that the jury, in this case, is going to send a message.
There's a limit to your freedom of speech.
According to Professor Safstrom, the hardest part of bringing a defamation case is finding a lawyer. She says it's kind of like looking for a doctor. You can't just pick anyone and expect to be okay. Plus, these cases, they cost a lot of money and take a long time. I'm told the Upchurch case, it probably won't go to trial for 2 years. We'll keep you updated. For WSMV4, I'm investigative reporter Stacey Cameron.
Heartbreaking, horrible, nightmare.
Emotions were high Thursday night as friends and loved.
I don't know what that is. But yeah. So that tells you everything you need to know right there. I mean, I'm really glad that that local news station, at least mainstream media, is, and again, this is for the replay people, that now, I mean, this is a win. This is a step forward in setting a new standard for how these true crime cases are dealt with and how they're handled and how they're presented and how they're covered in this community. So hopefully this sends a message to people. And before I got shut down the last stream, it led me into a rant, which I'm not going to get into again. But yeah. So for those of you who are not familiar with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, there is she is in prison, but she is being released. And as I understand it, she's being released 3 years early. We're going to get into that. I'm going to find an article covering that in just a little bit. But I found now the last stream got shut down because I was playing something that I guess was 2020, and I guess it's copyright protected, and it'll boot me right off. But this, I found something that's actually a little longer than the last one, and it's by a local news station, which I don't think is copyright protected. So I'm going to go ahead and play that, and if it happens again, I guess I'm just going to have to come back up here and wing it. Don't expect you guys to come back a third time, but for those of you who came back the second time and you're here now, I really appreciate it. But let me go ahead and pull this up here. Now, if you're not familiar with the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case, then you can easily familiarize yourself very well by watching, if you have HBO Max, or even just HBO and watch it on demand. You can watch, it is a HBO documentary called Mommy, Dead, and Dearest. And you can also watch, if you have Hulu, you can watch the docudrama called The Act, which talks about this case. It's 3 episodes, and it's actually very well done. It's cast very well. I was very surprised, actually. It's not like a Lifetime movie. I mean, did anybody catch? Okay, before I even go into that, like, speaking of Lifetime documentaries, did anybody catch the Lifetime movie about Heidi Broussard? Anybody? Type of 1 if you did. Because a lot of my community has kind of recycled itself a couple of times. So the Heidi Broussard case was a few years ago, and oh, you don't have to watch it. Be real, don't even bother, because it was a big pile of trash. But it was the Heidi Broussard case. This was a woman who was kidnapped and murdered with her 2-week-old infant daughter. And her 2-week-old infant daughter survived because the purpose was to kill the mother and take the baby. And it was done by one of her friends, one of her dearest friends, who actually happened to be in the delivery room with her when she delivered the baby. Now, basically what happened was she faked a pregnancy so she could be pregnancy buddies with Heidi. This person's name is Megan Faramuska. It didn't pick up too much traction after it was already done because there was no trial. She pled guilty and was sentenced, and it was all over. Thank goodness, too. But it's one of those cases where everybody thought that it was the boyfriend. She was engaged to the father of the child, and she was engaged to the father of the child. And this guy, he came home one day. He was sorry, I got distracted there. He came home one day. She wasn't there. The baby wasn't there. Diaper bag was still there. Her car was still there. Didn't make any sense. He called the police. They tried to say, hey, she's probably out doing God knows what, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, dude, the baby bag is right here. It's a 2-week-old child. Something is wrong. You have to do something. So the police were like, all right, fair enough. So they started, they went to they did like a canvas where they went door to door asking people if they'd seen anybody, whatnot. And the internet, while she was missing, was going insane, blaming the boyfriend. I don't even want to say his name at this point because the guy's probably finally found some peace. Lifetime even changed his name, the baby's name, and the YouTuber who was covering the case. But yeah, sweet crazy I am. And this gentleman, the boyfriend, the fiance, he did a TV interview. Everybody tore the TV interview apart. Everybody except me, Danielle, from, oh my God, what was the name of her channel? I already forgot the name of Danielle's channel, and I feel bad, but she hasn't been on YouTube in a long time. That case kind of fucked her up, and just, actually it was the Letitia Stout case that fucked her up after that. But just me and her were like the only ones that were saying, you don't know that this guy is guilty. Like, those don't look like fake tears to me. This guy is worried just because he's not making sense. He's distraught with grief. But JS for Justice didn't want to hear that. And JS for Justice was one of those people that was just dragging this guy and spinning a narrative that he was guilty of a crime. And a crime that nobody even knew took place yet. And So she happened to be live. She happened to get one of Heidi's so-called friends to join her on her live. And for 3 hours, they dragged this poor guy and made him out to be the worst person on the planet, painting the picture that he was responsible for Heidi's disappearance and the little baby's disappearance, his own little baby. And then in Texas, where this was going on, and it was funny because the Lifetime movie had a very a very blonde, thin, very pretty version of Jay is for Justice sitting there in a really cool looking room with Heidi's so-called friend sitting across from her, which is not what happened. Jay wasn't even on camera. The other person wasn't even on camera or even in the same room. It was a StreamYard thing that we all do when we talk to people on here. And as soon as while they were after 3 hours of dragging this poor guy, somebody tells her in chat that the case is breaking and they're raiding a house that is involved in the case. And then of course the person sitting there she knows them and she's like, that's Megan's house, but the Lifetime movie is really funny because they only covered that one part where they're like, oh yeah, oh wait, something's coming in right now. And then, oh my gosh, look. And then she goes, oh, that's Megan's house. Like the bad actor. And I couldn't stop laughing. And then there was this whole drama and douche with the phone. Y'all remember Dad with a phone? He was a bitch of a player in that whole thing too. And then she edits the 3 hours where she was dragging this guy and then ends up on the local news in Texas, then ends up on Good Morning America, then ends up being flown out to Dateline, and then ends up getting like 20,000 new subs from breaking the case when all she was doing was just sitting there being a bottom feeding YouTuber and made a name for herself doing that. And but all these things tend to work out the way that they should, because now nobody cares who Jay is for Justice is. And this boyfriend has probably gotten some peace by now. So, and he's raising his daughter on his own. But yeah, she had this fake pregnancy, and like the Megan Faramuska, the person who killed Heidi Broussard, was her friend supposedly, and she had a fake pregnancy so they could be pregnancy buddies, and then she killed her and stole her baby, and that was it. And then she got caught. They found Heidi in the trunk of her car, and she pled guilty, and she now is in prison, and she's not getting out. So, but yeah. So, bottom feeding YouTubers, man, gotta love them. So I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that story, only because I just thought of the fact that they just made a movie about it on Lifetime. But the act on Hulu is nothing like that. I mean, of course, it's dramatized to a certain degree or whatever, but Lifetime movies are always just garbage. They're just trash. And it was a trash movie, and it was somewhat accurate, but it was a trash movie. It just was. But yeah, so just to tell you, the act is worth watching. If you're expecting a Lifetime quality movie, you're going to get better than that. Just saying. Now, let's get into this Gypsy Rose thing. Hopefully I don't get dinged. Oh, wow. I just got Joanna. I don't want to say your last name, but thank you for the Venmo. That's very nice of you. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead. And you know what? Wait a second. That merits.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Yeah, Cuck Church's best performance ever. I love it. But yeah, thank you for that Venmo. I appreciate it. If you guys send like a Cash App or a PayPal, I don't get the notifications here. I get them on my phone and they come through the top, because when I can't certain things that show up on my chat on my phone that don't show up on my StreamYard, and that's why I have my chat open on my phone, and then I glance at it once in a while. When you see me doing this, that's what I'm doing. So if I miss it, I apologize. But it's greatly appreciated. Thank you. So now, again, this is by a local news station, so hopefully this does not ding me. So
Number 1 on air, online, on the go. KY3 News at 6 starts now.
Things are not always as they appear. A lot of times we're deceived, and I think this might be the case.
Startling new developments in an already bizarre murder case in Springfield.
Gypsy Blanchard, now charged with killing her mother, and a wide-ranging fraud scheme uncovered by investigators. It is a twisted story that's leaving family, friends feeling betrayed and wanting answers. From KY3 News, I'm Lisa Rose.
And I'm Steve Grant. Gypsy Blanchard, along with Nicholas Godejohn, are in Wisconsin tonight on $1 million bond, charged with stabbing Dee Dee Blanchard in their Springfield home.
The two made their first court appearance today in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Gypsy crying through the proceedings and shocking many of those who knew her because she was walking and not using a wheelchair.
The photo on the left shows Gypsy as we have seen her. On the right, her mugshot. Totally different. This unfolding story is full of mystery, deception, and raising more questions from detectives and those close to the Blanchards.
Team coverage starts right now with Linda Russell outside the Blanchards' house with the latest from the neighbors there. Linda?
Well, she didn't actually kill her mother, okay? She had a boyfriend that she met online who suffered from Asperger's and a couple other things. And if you ask me, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure that he should be in jail for the rest of his life either, but we'll see what happens. But she actually kind of manipulated him into killing her mother, and that's why she's in prison. She kind of masterminded the whole thing. But she's absolutely a victim, or at least prior to that. But we'll discuss that stuff. It's a complicated case, and that's why it got so much news. And for those of you who were here earlier, you saw the presentation from 2020 before it got dinged that was explaining what her life was like prior to this. And she was, you know, her entire life, she was in a wheelchair. She was struggling with all these different ailments, supposedly, when she actually wasn't. And yeah, it's real bad.
Well, the crime scene tape is up here still for a third day in a row as investigators continue collecting evidence here. But new shock today in this close-knit neighborhood for all those who knew the Blanchards as wonderful people. Now they don't know what to believe.
I don't know what's truth from lie.
No one in the neighborhood could comprehend how anyone would want to harm Dee Dee Blanchard and her handicapped daughter, Gypsy.
I thought they were nice and kind and, you know, loving people. Sweet, loving, caring, just full of life and happiness.
Things are not always as they appear.
Investigators say the awful Facebook posts that tipped off friends that something was wrong were actually authored by Gypsy herself. She told investigators she knew her boyfriend, Nicholas Godejohn, was going to kill her mother, and she did nothing to stop it. Godejohn told detectives that Gypsy gave him the knife and asked him to kill her mom. Court documents say they cleaned up some of the blood, then took a cab away from the house.
We know that they were here in Springfield for at least probably 1 to 2 days after the murder had taken place.
The other shock to those who thought they knew Gypsy is that she doesn't need a wheelchair.
I've never seen her out of her wheelchair. It's like that's unheard of.
Up there was no wheelchair taken. She's carrying her own luggage.
The pair was arrested in Wisconsin after a standoff.
Leslie Kohler just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Congrats to Tammy Holcomb, Nicole B, JP, Claire, and Aaron Cooper. Thank you so much for that, Leslie Kohler. I appreciate that.
Off. They've taken a bus to get there. Investigators say they've also uncovered a long history of financial fraud by the mother and daughter. Debbie says she once gave Dee Dee money to help cover bills.
I'm disappointed, and I think a lot of people, to be, frauding people.
This is a tragic.
See, now I don't think that she should have been charged with fraud, or at least Gypsy Rose should not have been, because I'm not sure that she's responsible. The reason why I say that is because she was led to believe that she was 14 years old. Her mother led her to believe that she was 14 years old when she was actually 27 years old.
Tragic event surrounded by mystery and public deception.
Of course, the news of Gypsy's alleged involvement in the crime is the biggest shock of them all.
No mother deserves to be murdered like that. No mother deserves that.
The sheriff did not go into a motive, but says he believes there will be enough evidence to paint a picture at the trial. Investigators say they'll likely be on the scene here for one more day. Live in Greene County, Linda Russell, KY3 News.
Thanks, Linda. Here's what we know about Nicholas Godejohn, the man who was arrested with Gypsy and charged with Dee Dee's murder. He lives in Big Bend, Wisconsin, in the house where he and Gypsy were both arrested yesterday. Godejohn also has a criminal past. In 2013, he was arrested after investigators say he was watching pornography and fondling himself in a McDonald's restaurant for 9 hours. Police charged him with carrying a concealed weapon after finding a large knife during the arrest. Lisa?
Okay, so again, this guy had mental health issues. So I'm not sure how guilty I think this guy is, like he wasn't just some pervert. He just didn't know any better. This wasn't some guy who got off on making people at McDonald's watch porn. He just picked up Wi-Fi in McDonald's and just fucking started going at himself, man. Like, and I Jerry, stop it. Oh my God. I hate you right now. So yeah, he had like Asperger's and something else. I can't remember exactly what he was diagnosed with, but it was pretty bad.
So how do investigators say Godejohn got to the Ozarks and helped Gypsy commit the crime? KY3's Jahan Sheikh joins us from the Greyhound Terminal in East Kearney with more on that. Jahan?
Lisa, authorities believe that Gypsy's boyfriend, Nicholas Godejohn, arrived here in Springfield from Big Bend, Wisconsin on a Greyhound bus. Now, there's no official timeline, but authorities believe a short time after Godejohn stabbed Dee Dee, Gypsy's mother, they both, Gypsy and Godejohn, hopped on a Greyhound bus back to Wisconsin. Now, authorities say that no one would have recognized Gypsy because both of her looks and her alleged illnesses were deceiving.
Deception down to Dee Dee and Gypsy's last name.
Her last name is not Blanchard. It's Blanchard with no E.
An E that family friend Brittany Hansen says Dee Dee added when she and Gypsy moved to Springfield.
That anchor just kept saying Blanchard like earlier at the beginning of the stream, and I was just kind of like, that's not how you say it. But now they're like correcting it.
Brittany knew the Blanchards when they lived in South Louisiana.
She was very friendly. She was very sweet. That I don't believe to be untrue. She was very sweet. I called her Aunt Dee Dee. But at the same time, you only know what she told you.
And what's being uncovered about the lives of Dee Dee and Gypsy don't seem to add up.
I know that when she moved to Missouri in 2007, she said that Gypsy was 12, which is not true.
A lot of neighbors seem to believe Gypsy's long list of medical issues had her in a wheelchair, which authorities have now uncovered as untrue.
She can walk without assistance or a wheelchair, and she can do that very well.
A part of a plan Brittany believes Dee Dee orchestrated to get money. When Dee Dee was younger, she went about getting money a different way.
Her father had mentioned to my mother on an occasion that Dee Dee had stolen her mother's ID and name and tried to open some credit cards with it.
Yeah, I don't know why this case, I thought it was like 10 years old, but I mean, it's 8. So yeah.
Regardless, she says it's hard to believe Gypsy turned on her mother.
Even if you know someone as much as you think you do, that you know them as well as possibly can be, they can still surprise you. So to find that this little girl had brutally orchestrated her mother's murder is really hard to swallow.
Don't do it, Cherry.
Now, a lot
Don't
of people
do
trying to
it.
comprehend all of this information. Now, a reporter that I'm in close contact with in Wisconsin says, like you said, Steve, that Gypsy cried the entire time during the court hearing this afternoon. Reporting in Springfield, Jahan Sheikh, KY3 News.
One of the strangest aspects of this case, Sheriff Jim Arnott says.
Yeah, she was told she was 14, but she was actually 19 at the time. She's 27 now. Sorry about that.
The Blanchards were involved in con jobs lasting several years across several states. KY3's Eric Hild is on the paper trail tonight. And Eric, what do we know about some of the places they've been?
Steve, we're hearing that the Blanchards scammed many different charities and lied to many different charities across the U.S., including churches and support groups in Louisiana, and even lying to Children's Hospital in Kansas City. Coming up tonight at 10 o'clock and at 9 o'clock, we'll share more of those places.
How could she be 19 and then 8 years later, be 32? That doesn't make sense.
The two are accused of scamming, and how a longtime family friend is reacting to these shocking accusations.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go over the article when this is over. Mundane details.
Steve?
Thanks, Eric. Perhaps the biggest gift the Blanchards received once they moved to Springfield, home ownership.
How'd they do that? Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds sat down one-on-one with Habitat for Humanity.
Our mission is a place where everyone has a decent place to live. Are there folks that try and take advantage? Show me a business where there isn't.
Larry Peterson was not with Habitat for Humanity when the Blanchards moved in 2008.
It just proves that happy endings are not just in fairy tales, they're real.
It's quite a filtering system before somebody's accepted.
The Blanchards were approved and got through the door.
Habitat doesn't give away homes. There's a very specific process that people apply for to become a Habitat homeowner.
Habitat homeowners pay a zero-interest mortgage. Different committees verify family income and conduct home visits.
If they make too little, they wouldn't be able to pay us back. If they make too much, they'd be eligible for a conventional loan.
Do you think this current situation might lead to reevaluating your application process?
I think it's too early to tell. I don't really want to speculate on that. Right now, we're comfortable with the process. Habitat for Humanity has been around since 1976. And this is the first one of these that I've ever heard of out of the 500,000 people that we have helped. I'd be afraid of letting the tail wag the dog.
And Peterson would not discuss specifics about the case and says he only knows what we are reporting. Habitat for Humanity did give documents to the Greene County Sheriff's Office. Now, before you donate, check a charity. Go to this website. It's charitynavigator.org. You can plug in the charity and see how much money of every dollar goes to the cost. Also, a word of caution tonight. Be careful of those GoFundMe websites. Anyone can set up those, and it's really hard to verify where your money is going.
Ashley Reynolds. Thanks, Ashley. A murder conviction in Oregon County tossed out by the Missouri Supreme Court. 7 years ago, Michael Amick was convicted of second-degree murder and arson in the death of his grandmother-in-law, Leona Vaughn, whose house was set on fire. The Supreme Court decided the conviction should be overturned after learning that a juror that had been dismissed.
All right, so yeah, that's just the entire news thing here. Let me see if I could find something else. That I won't get dinged on anyway. Ding dong. Now, oh man, I don't want to play that. Sharon Lewis, welcome to Logic. Appreciate you. Now, just to give you a little insight on this guy here. And now I could pull up her police interview when she was arrested, but it's 3 hours long. I don't think we're going to go over that. But I will go over a little bit of Nick Godejohn's police interview, who actually did the stabbing. But before I do that, bring you guys up to speed here as far as what's going on. So basically what happened was Gypsy Rose Blanchard, since birth, basically, her mother led her to believe that she was disabled, suffering from numerous terminal diseases. And she also, what's up, the last Ronin? Suffering from numerous diseases. And when your mother has raised you from before the time that you can speak and raised you to believe that you can't walk, and then at the same time training you to lie because you can walk, because she could walk, but training her to lie and say that she couldn't to other people and giving her reasons why she should be lying. She was basically raised to be a liar. And this is the thing. You have to understand, like, Munchausen by proxy is a very complicated thing. And Gypsy Rose Blanchard is, without a doubt, definitely a victim of Munchausen by proxy. This is probably the worst case documented of Munchausen by proxy, and how abusive it is, because when you're raised solely by a deceitful person and controlled by a deceitful person, that is the only example made for you. So it is not inconceivable to think that she is going to grow up to be a deceitful person. It is the only example that was set for her. The only example of a human being that was set for her was that and Disney movies, right? So the only good that's ever come from Gypsy Rose's upbringing was getting to watch Disney movies. Cinderella being somebody that she looked up to, Little Mermaid, Snow White. These are things that she absolutely loved. These were her only examples of good people. And that's not very insightful stuff. There's not a lot of lessons necessarily in Disney movies, you know? So, and yes, Munchausen by proxy is very rare, Lisa Oldham's, and it's also one of the most difficult ailments, mental health ailments to diagnose, because part of that illness is being a deceitful person, self-deceptive on top of that. So it's hard to diagnose somebody with that because they know how to fake it. They know how to lie. They know how to tell a doctor exactly what they want to hear. So this was a very, very difficult, complicated situation. But the more that Gypsy Rose snuck around and got on the computer and learned at some point that what was happening to her entire life was wrong. Then she realized that there was a whole outside world that she was being robbed of, and she fell in love, and she started to discover herself sexually. And then she built this relationship with this kid, and he was, not necessarily all there, with depending on, I'm not exactly sure what mental health ailments that he suffered from. I know Munchausen, or I know Asperger's was one of them. But Gypsy Rose, for the first time in her life, felt powerful over this man. And if you know anything about sexual dynamics between people, there's someone in their everyday life who is dominant in their everyday life. They are business owners, bosses. They have to make decisions for everyone around them. And then on a sexual level, they tend to have a yearning to be more submissive. And this was the case with Gypsy Rose as she was growing into herself. So this young man was sexually dominant towards her, but overall, in the everyday life, she was dominant towards him because he had a very he had a very weak disposition. And so she basically manipulated him into murdering her mother, who abused her entire life, robbed her of a childhood, and so that they could run away and escape together and be happy. So when you see like the video footage, you see like because they used to videotape themselves in hotel rooms after they murdered Dee Dee Blanchard, they would videotape themselves hanging out together, and she seems extremely evil. But is she though? And is her manipulative nature her fault? So some people are going to say, hey, she belongs in jail for the rest of her life. Nobody should be ever murdering their mother. But the fact is that what she did was she escaped a very abusive environment from a very abusive person, an unimaginably abusive person. And I'm of the opinion, okay? I'm of the opinion that she definitely should have gone to jail. Absolutely. But before I finish that opinion, I'm going to read you guys exactly the development. So I'm going to read you an article here. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who was serving prison time for her role in the murder of her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, was granted parole and is set to be released in December of this year. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who is serving time in prison for a role in the murder of her mother, has been granted parole and is scheduled to be released in December of this year. The Missouri Department of Corrections said Thursday, reports Ozark First and Springfield News Leader. In July 2016, Blanchard, 32, pleaded guilty to murder. Okay, I guess she was 32 or is 32. Guilty to murder for her role in the killing of her mother, Claudine Dee Dee Blanchard. She was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Gypsy is set to be released on December 28th, 2023. By then, she will have served 85% of her 10-year sentence. Prior to her prison sentence, Gypsy spent time in the Greene County Jail, and her time in the county jail contributes to her overall sentence. Dee Dee Blanchard was found dead in June 2015, and soon after, Gypsy and her boyfriend Nick Godejohn were both charged with first-degree murder. After the couple were arrested, it was revealed that Dee Dee had fabricated all of her daughter's medical issues, and Gypsy was a victim of Munchausen by proxy syndrome, which is a rare form of abuse in which a guardian exaggerates or induces illness in a child for attention and sympathy. Dee Dee had convinced her friends, family, and community that Blanchard was a terminally ill teenager with the mind of a 7-year-old who suffered from muscular dystrophy, leukemia, and other ailments. Additionally, Blanchard alleged her mother wouldn't allow her to speak during doctor visits and told her that if she ever tried to escape, police wouldn't believe her story. In the 2018 investigation discovery documentary, Gypsy's Revenge, Blanchard explained what her childhood was like as she suffered abuse from her mother. She said, "I couldn't just jump out of the wheelchair because I was afraid and I didn't know what my mother would do. I didn't have anyone to trust." Following her 2016 sentencing, Blanchard told Dr. Phil that she didn't believe she deserved as many years as she got. "I believe firmly that no matter what, murder is not okay," she told Dr. Phil. "I do believe that I do deserve to spend time in prison for that crime, but I also understand why it happened, and I don't believe that I am in the right place to get the help that I need." Blanchard's boyfriend, Godejohn, 32, was sentenced to life in prison without parole in 2019 after a trial. He was convicted of first-degree murder of the 2015 stabbing. The Springfield News Leader local station KY3 and KOAM reported. Godejohn met Blanchard online and traveled from Wisconsin to see her in Missouri. Blanchard said in court that she had talked him into it. That hold on. So I think this is him saying, "That was, man, probably the best days of my life. That's the only way I can describe it." I mean, you could tell he's not of his right mind. He said, "I enjoyed every second of it." Godejohn continued, "From the beginning, I just knew we were soulmates. Those 5 days when I was actually with her, physically with her, those 5 days were the most intense and magical and awe-inspiring days I ever had." Blanchard and Godejohn have since separated. A family friend told People in April 2019 that she was engaged to a man she met as a pen pal while in jail. The case was the center of the HBO documentary Mommy, Dead and Dearest and inspired the Hulu miniseries The Act. The spokesperson for Missouri Department of Corrections did not immediately respond to People's request for additional information on Thursday. So that's pretty interesting. Now, this Godejohn kid, he's he didn't even have enough sense to even try to deceive the court. And we're not talking about a guy who went around killing people. He killed this one woman because his girlfriend told him and convinced him that she was abused by her entire life and keeping them from being together. Now, anybody in their right mind would just be like, okay, well, this isn't the way to go. What we do is we contact the police. This guy, I think he belongs in prison. Don't get me wrong. But I think that maybe he belongs in a mental health facility for the rest of his life. Maybe not prison, but a mental health facility for the rest of his life. And I think why he got prison was because he was so nonchalant about it and saying, I mean, he was still blinded by the love that he had for Gypsy Rose. But he clearly was not in his right mind. This guy was not a mastermind in the slightest bit. Gypsy Rose was the mastermind. And here's the thing. Do I think that Gypsy Rose should have gone to prison, even though she was a victim her entire life of abuse? Yeah, I do. And the reason why is because you cannot just have someone kill someone and then you get to coddle them and say, hey, you're just a victim, when you premeditated the murder, you planned it, you planned an escape on top of it. Yeah, you can't just have somebody get away with that. And she even took accountability for the same way that even I agree, because I don't believe that she belongs in prison for the rest of her life. I feel like she deserves to, I think that she deserved the 10 years, but I also agree with them letting her out after 8.5. I don't think that that is unreasonable. Personally, I believe this girl was in a prison. This woman was in a prison her entire life. It is a matter of fact, the prison that she went to after the fact was probably less traumatizing than what she went through her entire life, from the moment that she can even accumulate memories. So, but you cannot just let somebody, you coddle somebody and say, hey, we get it, so go on and live your life. You can't do that. There has to be consequences for your actions. So, but I feel like she did her time, and I fully support her being let out of prison at this point. We're not talking about somebody who has a desire to go around killing people. We're talking about somebody who is desperate to make an escape and live a normal life. So desperate that she reduced herself to doing the worst possible thing, the most desperate thing. That those few days that she got to spend with this person that she loved, that she wasn't allowed to see, that her mother thought was a threat. I mean, it's ironic because her mother could have probably just let her see her boyfriend, and then everybody would have been fine. But her mother was so inclined to keeping her in the condition that she was, and the reason for it was to commit fraud, to grift money from her community, from her friends, from her family. And then when you see this documentary and you see her dad, this is like the nicest guy in the world. You can tell that he was not the aggressor in the relationship with Gypsy Rose's mother. You could tell that he was just like, I can't do this shit, but probably pretty innocent and not even capable of imagining that she would be capable of doing what she was doing to their daughter. He was paying his child support. He was doing everything that the court ordered him to do, but he wanted to see his daughter, and he trusted her mother to handle the raising of his daughter. He was a non-confrontational guy. And again, Dee Dee Blanchard was very, very manipulative, extremely manipulative. And I'm not saying she deserved what she got. That's not what I'm saying at all. She deserved to go to prison. But I cannot say that I don't understand what the desperation that Gypsy Rose felt at the time. I cannot say that I don't understand that. Did she do the right thing? No, I'm not saying that either. I'm saying she belonged in prison. She absolutely belonged in prison. But I feel like the fact that she was a victim her entire life, I feel like that should be part of her sentence. That should be considered into her sentence. And I think that the sentence was fair. And I don't think that it's wrong that she doesn't spend another, year and a half in prison. I mean, what difference is another year and a half going to make? I think that she deserves to try to make a life with this new fiance, and I hope it really works out for her. I think it's time that she gets to live her life. So I absolutely support her in that. Now let's go into this this Nick Godejohn kid. Let's go into that real quick. We're going to watch just a little bit of his interrogation. So you guys can get an insight of what his mind is like. And I've never watched this before, so I'll be reacting to it as you guys are.
That's what we talked about.
Hi.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hello. You've been here a long time waiting on me to get here?
Oh my gosh, have I ever been?
I tried to get here as fast as I could. Are you tired?
I stayed awake the entire time.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to talk to you, and I guess you said you wanted to talk to me. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
You probably want to know what's going on with Gypsy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to answer your questions for you. Did you get something to eat?
No, they offered that to me.
Now, it's fascinating because Gypsy is still his main concern. He's not worried about himself. He's completely concerned about his girlfriend. And how is she? Is she okay?
But you didn't eat?
I ate something before that.
Okay. What did you eat?
They're called ham sandwiches. I guess they offer that with mayonnaise as well.
Oh, do you like mayonnaise?
Well, I don't like them with bologna though, so it's just the mayonnaise. But not when I just have to.
Yes, Cherry. It's Mr. 9 Hours at McDonald's.
I've been like so worried, sick about Gypsy.
Okay, we're going to talk about Gypsy.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Gypsy, okay?
Okay.
Because I know you got a lot of questions, and I want to answer your questions, and I want to talk to you, and see what's going on.
He doesn't even understand the trouble that he's in.
Okay. Before I do, I'm going to read you your Miranda rights. Have you ever been read your Miranda rights before?
It sounds familiar.
Sometimes they do it on TV. And the way I do it's going to be a little different than probably what you've seen on TV, but it's probably about the same. Okay? All right. Can you read and write?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions I already know the answers to, and that's one of them. I know you can read and write. So whenever I'm talking to you, I may ask you some questions I already know the answers to. Okay? Okay? Will you fill out this top part for me?
Sure.
You got handcuffs on?
Yes, I do.
Do you care if you want me to take them off? Would you be more comfortable?
That would be polite if you
Okay.
did. Because these things.
Have you had them on a long time?
I've had this entire time.
Okay. We'll take them off so you can get a little more comfortable.
Yeah, he doesn't understand fully what's happening to him right now. He thinks that him and Gypsy Rose are going to ride off into the
That probably
sunset
feels
together.
a lot better, doesn't it?
Oh, I have been waiting for that for a long time. All right. So,
It says Nicholas. Do you go by Nick, Nicholas, something different?
I prefer usually by my family I'll be called Nicholas, but by friends and other people I usually be called Nick.
What would you like for me to call you?
I'm not sure if he's autistic. He might be. I know he suffers from Asperger's, but I'm not sure if he's actually, unless I'm stupid and Asperger's is a form of autism, and I don't know. But I know that Asperger's is one of them.
Call you when I'm talking to you.
Nick.
Nick, okay, I'll do it. That's your address.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, thank you, Cherry.
Too much. I'm trying to think of I include my Big Ben and all the rest of.
Is it just Big Ben? Is it?
Yeah, see, I mean, I'm convinced that he belongs in a mental health facility. I mean, maximum security criminal mental health facility for sure, but not prison.
You just put Big Ben there.
Okay.
I could probably figure that out.
He didn't know to ask for one, Mama
Ben
Bear.
or Bend?
Bend.
Oh, okay.
Bend, Wisconsin.
And then this right here is your date of birth.
Okay. 5/20.
He didn't know to ask
And
for
how does that
a
make you?
lawyer.
26.
26. Okay. Right here is schooling. So that is like. Did you,
And it's really shitty because you can tell that you could tell that this detective can tell that he is struggling with some sort of mental health issue, right? And at no point does she offer him an attorney. At no point does she say, hey, if you feel more comfortable with an attorney present, I can provide you with that. Even though she's going to read him his Miranda rights, but he's not going to understand what they are. But I haven't watched this yet, so maybe she does explain it to him. We'll see. But I mean, you know, he should have an attorney present.
did you graduate high school or?
Yes.
Okay. So.
That's as far as I've gotten.
Okay. So just put HS or high school or something there just so that way I'll remember because sometimes I forget things. Social security number right there.
That's because he has the mind of a third grader. Calamity Jade.
And then here is the date.
I lost track. It's been
I
so
think
long.
it's the 16th. I don't have my phone with me, but I believe it is the 16th. You know what? Let me go look real quick, okay?
Please do.
Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, please.
All right. I'll go get the time and the date.
Okay.
Well, he's an adult. His parents aren't required to be there. He's an adult.
Been wanting to talk to her for a while because I want to know what's going on.
It is the 16th.
Okay. Oh, I need my chance to use that pen.
There you go. Right there.
Okay. And it's June, right?
June, yeah.
Okay.
June 16th.
Alright. So 6, 16, 2015.
All right. The way we're going to do this is I'm going to read each one of these out loud to you. If you understand it, then just initial after it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Before we ask you any questions, you have the right to, you must understand your rights. If you understand that, then put your initials right there. We'll go through each one of them together.
Okay, because well, I have a question.
Yeah.
If I may ask, is it okay if I put it right there after you read them all to me?
We have to do them one at a time.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's just so I can make sure you understand each of them.
Okay.
Just your initials. Yeah, just like that.
Wow.
Okay. The next one is you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court.
That's a little different than on TV. I don't
Yeah, I told you. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you ask you any questions and to have a lawyer with you during questioning. Right there. If you can't afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. That one goes right there.
Yeah, see.
Okay. If you decide to answer questions now without
All right, let me get through this real quick.
an attorney present, you can stop answering questions at any time. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Sign right there. Initial that if you understand that.
He doesn't understand it. She knows he doesn't understand it. To him, it's just stuff on a piece of paper. And he's like, I'll do whatever you want, basically. Whatever it takes to get you to tell me how Gypsy's doing and what's going on with Gypsy Rose. That's what his mind is going through right now. His mind isn't like, oh shit, should I get a lawyer? At no point, I don't think at any point, I'm not a mind reader, but I don't think that at any point did he sit there and ask himself, I wonder if I should have an attorney present. Do I even care about having an attorney? He doesn't understand that. She knows that he's slower. She should have been like, okay, do you understand what it means to have an attorney and what could happen to you if you speak to me without an attorney? But she's looking to get the conviction. She wants the conviction. She wants that other number on her conviction record. It's ridiculous.
And can you read, Nicholas?
Yeah.
Another question I knew the answer to, but I went ahead and asked it. But if you can read this paragraph right here to me out loud, and if you understand it and agree with it, then you can sign this paper.
Okay. I have.
Yeah, Mama Bear, he got life without the possibility of parole. He's never getting out of prison. I'm saying he should never see the light of day again. Really? I mean, not literally, but he should be put in a mental health facility. Obviously, this is my opinion on this. Okay. And I've talked about this in regards to other cases, but I feel bad for him in the sense that he went to prison and he got sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But I also feel that this is not somebody who, I feel that this is someone who has waived his right to be within a part of our functioning society. You can't have somebody capable of going around stabbing people because somebody told him to. You can't have somebody running around like that. I do not feel that he should be a part of our society, but I feel that he deserves the proper care based on his conditions. So I don't think that he is completely at fault for what he did. Life in prison without the possibility of parole is, for me, for people who don't know the difference or understand the magnitude of their actions. They don't know the difference between right and wrong to the point where they don't understand the magnitude of their actions and how it affects others and how dangerous they actually are. This guy does not believe that he's dangerous. I don't believe that for one bit. Like, I don't believe this guy believes that he's dangerous. So I believe that the punishment does not necessarily fit the crime. Yes, he should be incarcerated for the rest of his life, but he should be under the care. He should be under psychiatric care at all times.
Okay. Please forgive me for
No,
being awake
you're
for so
fine.
long.
Meaning he doesn't belong with hardened criminals who are evil, is what I'm saying.
Fine.
Okay. I have read this statement of my rights, and I understand what my rights are. I'm willing to make a statement and answer your questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or
Coercion.
I've never been able to say this word.
That's fucking coercion right there. That is a form of coercion right there, lady. The fuck are you talking about? I mean, you asked him if he could read, but did you ask him if he could comprehend what he's reading? Did you at any point do that?
Word at
I
all.
know. Do you know what it means, though?
Isn't it mean like a form of punishment?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
trickery or anything
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Now that's what she's doing, but she's not fully doing it, is she? She's just kind of saying, do you know what that means? And I don't know, trickery. He still doesn't feel like he's being tricked. Because if she's not explaining to him the importance of having an attorney present, because he clearly does not understand that. Because you're not going to sit here and tell me that this kid understands how important it is for him to have an attorney present during that questioning. And then you're going to say, well, do you understand what coercion means? Because that's going to fly in a court of law. Like, this kid absolutely needed a lawyer present right there.
Okay. Yeah, coercion of any kind have been used against me.
If you understand and agree with it, then you can sign it.
All right.
And then I've got to sign it too.
Okay.
He's not even sure if he understands.
Yeah,
it.
they always make us sign them too.
I always sign it as no.
That's fine.
The only way I know how to sign it.
All right.
He's more empathetic towards her than she is with him. That never happens.
Thank you, Nick. And you said I could call you Nick, right?
Yep.
All right. All right. So I guess you have a lot of questions for me. You've been waiting to speak with me, right? That's what they said.
Vit, I agree 100%. You better fucking believe, and I've said this a million times on this channel, even if I'm innocent, I'm not saying a fucking word without a lawyer present. Like, if I'm just there for questioning and I'm not being charged, I'm going to say, all due respect, unless I'm being charged, I don't feel comfortable talking to you without a lawyer. And if I can't afford a lawyer, I'm going to be like, I guess we're going to have to wait until you charge me. But once I'm charged, I need a lawyer. But there's no way I'm talking to you without a lawyer. Sorry.
They said.
At least I lost track of how many hours.
Okay, so I want to answer your questions, but I kind of want to ask you some questions first. Is that okay?
Yeah,
and then we can
please
maybe
do.
take turns. Like, I'll ask you some questions, you can ask me some questions. Is
Yeah,
okay?
that sounds fair to me.
Okay. And that's what I want to do. I want to keep it fair. So if it ever seems like it's not fair, you just let me know, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So you said your name's Nicholas.
Yes.
And what is your middle name?
It's Paul.
Paul. And what is your last name?
It's Godijan.
And how do you spell that?
It's Jodejohn.
Okay. Ejohn. And you
Yep.
said, how old are you, Nick?
I'm 26.
26. Where did you go to high school at?
I went to high school at Nathan Hale High School, which is in West Allis, Wisconsin.
Okay. So you haven't always lived where you live at now?
Nope.
How long have you lived in Big Bend?
Only months.
Oh, so before that, where did you live?
I lived in Waukesha.
Okay. Is that a city or a county or?
It's a city.
City. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a big city?
It's city of Waukesha. Well, this is obviously the county of Waukesha. So yeah.
So they have a county named that and a city named that? I bet that gets confusing.
Oh, not me, because I'm actually born from there.
Oh, okay. All right. So do you have any kids?
No.
No kids?
No
Okay.
kids.
Okay. I as you can imagine, we've talked to Gypsy a lot tonight.
Because it's been quite a wait.
Yeah. So we've talked to her, and she told us a whole bunch of stuff that's happened to you guys. And so I kind of just want to talk to you and start from the beginning, maybe like how you guys met, or.
Now, I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, Gypsy threw him totally under the fucking bus. Made him out to be the entire problem.
Whatever, is that, can we start from where you guys met? Would that make you feel comfortable?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, where did you guys meet?
It was a site called ChristianForDatingFree.com.
Okay. Is that like a dating site?
Yeah, it's for Christians, but it's meant to be free.
Okay. So you don't have to pay any money for it. It's just a place you can go to meet people?
Yep.
Okay. And have you met a lot of people on there?
I met a couple others before I met her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you guys have like names, or how do you know who you're talking to?
She, when I talked to her, it was, where it actually had her name as.
I mean, it is illegal. Becky Boo. I mean, she just knows how to go through the red tape. You know what I mean? She's walking through the raindrops basically here. Because in court, what's on paper, this shows up on paper in a transcript. This is going to be perfectly fine. He's an adult, and he waived his right to an attorney. Period. That's what's going to matter. That's what's going to matter in court.
As I was reading that.
What is her name?
Her name is Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what was your name whenever she was talking to you?
I'm honest about it when I was online. So.
Okay. Yeah. So you had your name, and then she had her name.
Yep.
And then you guys met on there, and then so once you met on there, what happened?
We got closer on there, and we connected more and more.
Okay.
And then we got comfortable to where we about like.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like
Yeah, I haven't watched the entire interrogation. That's here too. The entire interrogation of Gypsy Rose, but it's like 3.5 hours long, which we're not doing tonight. So, but thank you for that, Petty Petty. His attorney already tried. What is burden of proof saying? His attorney already tried to vacate, set aside, or correct judgment and sentence. The judge denied the motion in March of this year. Wow. Jesus, man.
It's the way that we clicked is it made it seem like we somehow just knew we were right for each other.
Okay.
So we what was it, like 4 days? I would have to say 4 days later we started a relationship together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so your relationship, what kind of relationship was that you guys started?
It was one of those committed ones.
Okay.
Committed relationship.
To each other, committed to each other.
Yep.
So you weren't on there looking for other people, and she wasn't looking for other people.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what I mean.
So did you guys start communicating other ways other than that website? Since you're a couple now.
Yeah, we tried to do a site called meetme.com.
Okay.
But that gets confusing. There's just I have so many friends on there. So.
Okay.
And then other than that, what else was it? There was they did do Facebook for a little while too.
Facebook, okay.
Yeah.
And what is your name on Facebook?
It's my name is Nicholas Gojan.
Okay, and how about hers?
Well, actually, she got rid of hers recently.
Okay.
Because me and her, because I don't know how much she told you. I hope she told you everything that I do know also.
Okay.
Apparently from what she told me, her mom kicked her out of her house.
Okay.
So she texted me to pick her up.
Okay.
And what happened was I got on the bus about a day later, about in the afternoon of that day.
Okay.
And then I got back to, what was it? I believe it was Springfield. Is where she
Okay.
lives. Yeah, that's where it is. Because I'm all loopy from being so away
Okay.
so long. Yeah, Springfield, Missouri. I as soon as I got there, I walked straight to a hotel, and then I let her know that I was at the hotel.
Okay. So you got there on a bus. What kind of bus was it?
It was a Greyhound bus.
Okay. So you got to Springfield, Missouri on a Greyhound bus.
Yep.
And you walked straight to a hotel.
Yep.
Do you remember what that hotel was called?
Yeah, it was called Days Inn.
Days Inn. Okay. And that's in Springfield, Missouri?
Yep.
Okay. So you get off the bus and you walk straight to Days Inn. What kind of clothes are you wearing?
Oh, jeez. I don't have that good of a memory at this point.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Was you wearing jeans or shorts or something different?
I'm always wearing usually athletic clothing.
Athletic clothing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get off. Do you have luggage with you or anything?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of luggage do you have?
I had my clothing.
Okay.
Since I wasn't sure how long I was going to be there.
Okay.
I was worried sick about her when I got there to where I
Okay.
wanted to find her as soon as possible.
Okay.
Because I knew she was wandering the streets.
Okay.
So I brought like 3 days worth of clothing because I was going to do all I could to find her at
Okay.
that point. And
What were you carrying your clothing in?
it was a duffel bag.
Oh, okay. What color?
It was red and black.
Okay. Was it like a Nike or Adidas or?
My dad gave me his duffel bag. It's a marble. You know the cigarette company Marble.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what kind of it is. It's one of those kind of duffel bags.
Okay. And so you get to Springfield, so you're excited. You want to see her. So then
Yep.
what do you do?
I texted her and then she there's obviously a lot of like free public Wi-Fi spots around there. So
Okay.
I don't know where she texted me from, but she was able to find somewhere to text me from.
Okay.
And after that, we would periodically keep in touch.
Okay.
But
And so you're texting from your phone?
Yeah.
What is your cell phone number?
it's 262-501-9008.
Okay. What is hers?
She wasn't using her phone number.
What was she using?
She was using her Yahoo ID, which I have no clue what it is.
Is that like Yahoo Messenger?
Now, for those of you who think, because just Natalie is making a good point, murder is never okay. The whole story is sad, right? I don't think anybody here is justifying Dee Dee's murder. I know I'm not, but what I'm saying is, I understand what Gypsy's mind was going through at the time. That's all I'm saying. I do not think that murder was the way to go. Not at all. But I mean, yeah, it's hard to have sympathy for the mother. Honestly, it's really difficult to have sympathy for a mother. I mean, we're talking about somebody. Who do we normally have? Let's talk about the type of people that we normally have sympathy for in these cases. Usually it's somebody who has loved ones that are going to miss them. This is someone who chose to alienate everyone in her life in order to surround herself with people who were going to feel sorry for her, that she could take advantage. She used her daughter, abused her daughter, robbed her daughter of her childhood in order for her to alienate everyone else in her life that would care about her genuinely, and surround herself with people who she could take advantage of. And she could get free Disney World trips from, she could get money from, she could get free gift certificates from. This is someone who chose a life of, I'm going to make my daughter into a project that is going to be a tool to gain sympathy from everyone that I can take advantage of. That's not somebody that I can really find sympathy for. Now, I can find empathy for her in the sense that she was cursed with something in her mind that made this okay. That's a sad thing. Anybody who lacks love in their life, who lacks the ability to actually love. I think that's tragic. I think that's a horrible thing, and I feel bad for them in that sense. But I mean, there was no loved ones that are missing her, except ironically maybe Gypsy Rose. That's the truth. This is why this case is so complicated. But it's very hard for me to find sympathy for her. It's very hard for me to find anger in the aspect that her life was taken. You know, I'm not angry about it. I'm not saying it was right, but I'm not angry about it. You know, my heart goes out to Gypsy Rose. My heart even goes out to this guy to some degree. Because again, Gypsy Rose absolutely manipulated this young man into committing the act that he did. But again, manipulation was the only example set for her as she was growing up. She didn't know anything else. The one person in her life taught her to deceive by teaching her how to deceive, by training her how to be deceitful, while setting the example of being deceitful. That was the only example that was set in her life. How is that her fault? But again, you can't just have somebody go free once they commit an act like this. There has to be consequences. A person like this has to be taught that there are consequences for your actions. So I feel that 8.5 years for what she did, because it wasn't like she actually did the stabbing, but 8.5 years for what she did is sufficient. That is my current opinion. Now, if she goes and does the same shit again, I'm going to change my opinion. But as based on what I know and how I feel about it, that's where I'm at. Right. Revy Guns, that's exactly how I feel.
Messenger or
Yeah, it's one of the messenger things they use texting for.
So you can, from your phone, you can send her a message to that, and then she can send you a message back and forth, and you guys can chat with each other.
Yep.
Okay. So she tells you that she's got kicked out. You're coming here, and you're coming to see her, and you're going to find her. Is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you guys start communicating like that, and then what happens?
And then it wasn't until the 10th is when I was able to actually get her to meet me.
Okay.
What happened was I told her exactly where I was on the actual, what road it was and everything else, where the actual hotel was.
Okay.
And after that, she didn't really text me for a long time. I was confused and why.
Okay.
And then as I'm going outside my hotel room, I end up running into her.
Okay.
As I'm trying to go get an actual like soda.
Okay. So you want to get a soda and you just run right into her?
It's right on the same level that my hotel room was on.
Okay. And then what happens?
And then I realized it's her, so I'm like, okay, I guess I open my door back up. And then because apparently she packed because she knew her mom was going to figure out.
Okay.
And I had to bring all of her clothes and everything else back into my hotel room, so this way she had somewhere to put it.
Okay.
And then after that, I asked her if she wanted to get a soda with me, and then she wanted me.
Where'd you go get a soda at?
It was an vending machine that was outside.
Okay.
That the hotel usually provides.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then me and her pretty much stayed inside the hotel for pretty much the entire time. Because the thing is, with my bus ticket, it was a round trip. So at first I thought about to get her back, since she wanted to move in with me, obviously, because that's just when she's up here. But when she got hold me, and me and her actually went to the bus station, I learned that she actually couldn't get a bus with the same one that I already had. I had to redo my actual schedule.
Okay.
So after that, I did it. I got it renewed for pretty much nothing because it was free.
Okay.
And then I helped her with her bus ticket afterward.
Okay. Did you give her money for it, or?
No, I paid for it for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And then because the one that was I had to change, because of that one was changed, we ended up going back to the hotel.
Okay.
Just to rest,
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay.
And we ordered food, and we were pretty much just resting there because we didn't know what else to do.
Where did you order food from?
One place was Domino's.
Okay. And they delivered it to your room?
Yep.
Okay. So Domino's delivered to your room, and where else?
And the other was Papa John's.
Papa John's. Okay. And then did they both deliver on the 11th?
No.
Oh, okay. So
we were on separate days.
Okay.
One time was on the 10th.
Okay.
And the other was on the 11th. And then when I had to leave on the 12th, because that's what I scheduled mine and hers for.
Okay.
We were able to get the bus, but after we got on the bus, we had trouble getting all the way up here, pretty much because the bus in Chicago, it was full, so we had to wait for a second bus.
Okay.
And yeah, it was frustrating.
Yeah, at least you guys were together, huh?
Yeah, I agree.
That's good. Okay. So did you guys go out anywhere to eat?
We were thinking about doing it, but we figured it was safe because my mom, she's a worry freak. If she knows I'm in another state, she's gonna move. Apparently, for what she told me, she was a basket case while I was down there.
Okay.
Because she was so worried about me. But she told me to stay in the hotel, and that's pretty much why I did it.
Okay.
She was just.
She told you to.
Yeah, because she feared for my safety.
Okay. Okay. So then you guys get on the bus, and then you guys get here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ride a Greyhound each time you went?
Yeah.
All the way
Yeah.
to buses?
There was no other bus station.
So where's the bus station stop at here?
Here it's stuck in Milwaukee.
Okay. And then how did you get from Milwaukee to your house in Big Bend?
My mom picked us up.
Oh, okay. So then would you call mom and say, hey, we're here, come pick us up?
Yep.
And so is that the first time that your mom ever met your girlfriend?
Yep.
Okay. I guess she's your girlfriend.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is.
And you love her?
Oh, do I love her?
You love her a lot?
I was bummed my eyes. I was waiting for this moment where I can talk to you.
Okay.
Because I was so worried about her.
Yeah. I think she loves you too. We spoke to her and for a long time. And I'm kind of thinking maybe she loves you a little more than you love her because you're sitting here telling me things that I know aren't true. And then she's sitting here telling me things that are true. And if you really love her, I don't think you would want her in that situation. Okay.
Oh, what
the
a
situation
bitch.
she's in right now. And so we're going to go down two paths here. Okay. And that is just, you're going to have to be honest with me because if you love her, if you love Gypsy, then you're not going to let Gypsy get in trouble without you being there to help her. Okay.
I understand.
And so what you need to know is that Gypsy told us everything.
Okay.
We didn't talk to Gypsy all this time and not get everything.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
And so, Nick, I want you to do the honorable thing, okay, for Gypsy and for your family, okay, because we know what happened. And I want to give you the opportunity to start over and to tell the truth, okay? And the truth is not what you've told me.
How much have I told you to believe is the truth?
I believe the part that you got on a bus and went to Springfield.
Okay.
I believe that's true.
Okay.
That you ordered food to eat. I believe that's true.
Okay.
I believe that it's true that at some point Gypsy came back with you to the motel. I believe that's true.
Yeah.
I believe Gypsy got on a bus and came here with you. I believe that's true.
Yeah.
That's all I believe.
Okay.
Okay. Because you missed a lot in there. And I understand that you missed a lot because you don't know what to say because you don't know what Gypsy said. I understand that.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you right now, Gypsy did tell me everything. She told us everything. She told us about you coming there. She told us what happened to mom. She told us about your guys' relationship. She told us about the cleanup. She told us about all of that. Okay. So do you want to do the right thing by Gypsy if you love her?
Well, the truth is I worship her. So
I know you
there's
do.
no way I wouldn't do it.
I know.
don't think for her.
I know you do. I believe you do. But this is the point where you're going to prove whether you do or not. Okay. Me and you talk.
Okay.
Okay. Because it's not fair. It's not fair to Gypsy for her to be honest and you to lie. Okay. So what I want to know is can you tell me this first?
Okay.
Did Gypsy know that you were going to kill her mother?
Honestly, she asked me to.
Okay. So Gypsy knew you were going to do it because Gypsy asked you to.
Yes.
Why did she ask you to do that?
Because she thought it was her only way to be with me.
Okay. She felt like if you killed the mom, then that's the only way she could be with you.
Yeah.
Do you know the mom's name?
I don't know her real name. All I know is that she goes by Dee Dee.
Dee Dee. Okay. So.
I mean, this is like. This is like Michael Jordan playing basketball against Danny DeVito. This is what this is like. This is like it seems so unethical. I mean, she's not lying because I'm sure she interrogated Gypsy Rose prior, and it was a 3-hour interrogation. Now, we're going to get through as much of this as we can. Probably not the whole thing, because I actually want to play some of his mother's interview. So there's actually his mother's interview here too. And we're going to go over a little bit of that. I'm brewing another cup of coffee, and we got as long as I finish that coffee to do this. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me.
Has Gypsy asked you to kill anyone else?
No.
Okay. She just wants you to kill her mom.
Yes.
Okay. And how did Gypsy ask you to do that? Did she ask you to do that in a text message, on a Facebook, or in person, or something different?
Well, it was more than once. I mean, you had Facebook. We would talk about it on there. We would talk about it even on Texas.
Okay. And what kind of things would Gypsy tell you that she wanted you to do?
She wanted. The thing is that I know she loves her mom a lot. I know she does.
Yeah.
I was up here with her, and she felt guilty about the whole situation. I had to make sure she was safe. And meaning, like, I had to make sure she felt like she could be comforted by it.
By you. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because, and then the truth is, okay, I'll admit it. I did actually stab her. I will admit it.
I know. Okay.
The only reason I did it is because I did it for me and her. That's the real reason I did it. I would have never did it if it was not for me and her.
Okay. So you wouldn't have done it if somebody else would have asked.
No.
Okay.
There's no way I would have did it for anyone else.
Okay. So you just
I
did.
truly do worship her to the point there's nothing I want to do for her.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think you've proved that, right?
Yes.
I think that you proved that you do what she asked you to do. If that's the case, if she did ask you.
Yeah, she did ask me.
Okay. And she asked you more than once. Did she ask you why you were here?
She asked me more than once because what happened was at first she wanted, because the thing was is that she wanted to do it herself, but she was too what's the word? Not cautious. It's I guess skittish is the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
She didn't want to actually do it.
Okay.
Because she couldn't live with herself doing it.
Okay.
And as for me, I honestly to this day I still feel guilty about it.
Okay.
I do.
Right.
Because I learned so much about her mom after she told me and more about it after actually being able to live with her for a while.
Right.
That I actually realized how good of a mom she was.
Okay. So it kind of makes you feel a little guilty.
No. I feel a lot more guilt than that.
Okay. Oh, because so Gypsy's telling you about her mom.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, how she is and her accomplishments and all. Yeah.
Okay. So when you came here to Springfield, that was your purpose to come here, so that way you could do that for Gypsy?
Yes, because I wanted to be with her and I wanted.
So did Gypsy know you was coming here then to go ahead and kill Dee?
Yes.
Okay. So why did you guys decide that you would stab her instead of shooting her with a gun or poisoning her or beating her with a bat? Like, why did you guys decide stabbing would be what you did to kill her?
Honestly, the thing is we really wouldn't have known how to poison her. Honestly, we wouldn't have known how to.
Okay.
I mean, she looked up multiple times of how to do it because she wanted to find the quickest way to do it.
Okay, so like she looked up on the internet,
Yes.
like how to kill her mom?
Yes.
Okay. And so she was looking for the easiest way to do it?
Yes, that's why she would be in less pain. She wanted her mom's death to be quick.
Okay, so you wouldn't know how to do the poisoning. And so, again, why did we choose the knife? Like, why
The
did
reason
you...
why we chose the knife is because I guess she thought that it'd be quicker if she bled out quickly.
Okay. Now, did she tell you that, or is that something you think she thought?
Most likely, that's what I would think she would
Okay,
think.
but she didn't tell you to
No.
stab her because she'd bleed out quickly.
No.
Okay.
That's what I figured she would think because
Okay.
it makes sense. More holes, faster they go away, and the faster they are at peace.
Okay. So the more holes you put into the body?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Okay. So, so that's why you chose to stab her.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
And so, how did you get the knife? Like, where'd the knife come from? Did you bring it with you from here?
No.
Okay. Did you buy it somewhere?
She bought it for me.
Who bought it for you?
Gypsy.
Where'd she buy it from?
Online.
She bought it online?
Oh wait, no. It was not online. I gotta get that straight. It's not
Yeah,
online.
don't lie because you don't want to get Gypsy in trouble for something because you're gonna lie about it.
I know.
Okay.
I know. She somehow found a way to get one at Walmart. I don't know how she did, but she did.
So you didn't bring a knife from here?
No.
So when you got here, she had a knife?
Yeah.
So did she know you was gonna stab her?
Yes.
Okay. So what did the knife look like?
It had a red and black handle.
Red and black?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long was it?
Gosh. I don't know.
Use your hands to show me.
I can maybe that long, maybe.
Was the red and black handle plastic or wood or?
It was I'm trying to think, squishy grip. I can't remember what it's
It was
called.
a squishy grip?
Yeah, it's hard to really put into words.
Okay. On the edge of the knife, like if you can you draw the knife for me maybe?
I'm a bad artist.
You're a bad artist. Okay. With the knife, if the knife went was the knife smooth like this or was it jaggedy like that?
It's jaggedy.
Jaggedy?
On one side and the other side it was smooth.
Okay. And what color was that part of the knife?
It was just the black. Oh my gosh. I am so sleepy.
That's all right.
It was just the normal color of what blade usually looks like.
Like stainless steel type
Yeah,
look? Okay.
yeah.
So see this edge of this table right here? Kind of like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what that looked like. And then the handle was red and black, kind of squishy.
Mm.
Okay. Could you hold the knife with one hand or did it take two hands to hold the knife?
One hand.
One hand?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever stabbed anybody before this?
No, that's the reason why this was the very only one person I would ever do this for.
Okay. Only person you do it for is Gypsy. This is the first time you ever stabbed anybody?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're stabbing Dee, where is she at?
She's on her stomach.
On her stomach where? On the floor, in the bathtub, or somewhere different?
On her on the oh my gosh. I died of my mind. Where 1 second.
You're fine. Take your time.
She was on the bed. Her bed.
Her bed. In her bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. So was she sleeping on her stomach or just laying there watching TV or?
Sleeping on her stomach.
Okay, so she's laying in her bed sleeping on her stomach. Is she covered up with covers or uncovered or?
Actually when I did it, it seemed like she had her as almost like a nightgown on, it seemed like. And she barely even was covered at all.
Okay.
So it was easy access for a party.
Okay. So she didn't have a bunch of covers on her. It made it a lot easier to do that. Okay. And so when she's laying there, where's the first place you decide to stab her?
And I just was in a random spot in the back.
In the back, just random.
Yes.
Do you know how many times you stabbed her?
4.
You stabbed her 4?
Yeah, 4 times.
Okay.
The 4th one, I felt it go into. I think it might have been her lungs.
Okay.
It was harder to get out.
Okay.
Wow.
Did it take one hand to get it out? 2 hands?
Jesus, man.
I had to yank it out.
Okay.
with 1 hand.
Okay. So the others came out easy, but that one kind of came out harder.
Yep.
Okay. And so you only stabbed her 4 times. Are you sure about that?
This cop is acting like this is Christmas.
Well, as in stabbing, I stabbed her.
Okay.
But I did actually cut her one other time besides that.
Okay. Where'd you cut her
On
at?
the back of her neck.
Okay. And did you use the same knife that you
Yep.
did the others with?
Yep.
Okay. And when you did the cross the back of the neck, did that even cause an injury or did you see any blood or anything?
Yeah, she was bleeding.
Okay, she's bleeding. And so did she scream or holler or
Yeah, she did.
what was she saying?
first she said help, and then she didn't recognize who I was. So she said, who are you? And then
She said, who are you?
Yeah.
Okay. And she didn't recognize who you are. She says help. And then what did she say?
And then she called out for Gypsy, but Gypsy didn't do anything.
Okay. She hollered for Gypsy.
Yes.
And did she holler for Gypsy once?
See, the fucked up part is that she's going for the idea that he is reliving it and taking pleasure in it, as though he's reliving killing someone and taking pleasure in the idea of killing someone. What he's taking pleasure in my opinion, what he's taking pleasure in is liberating the girl he loves. That's what I mean. This is in his mind. She is the dragon in the tower, and he slayed the dragon. He thinks he's walking out of there. He thinks he's absolutely justified in his actions, and he's walking out of there, and him and Gypsy Rose are going to ride off into the sunset. And she knows this. This cop knows this. But in court, that's going to look like he took pleasure. He's showing no remorse because he's a born killer. But he's not, you know? He's just somebody who doesn't understand the consequences of his actions. And he thinks that he did a heroic thing for the woman he loves. This is what he believes in his mind.
Once, twice, 5 times?
3 times.
3 times? And what was she saying? Can you tell me how she said it?
She pretty much yelped it.
Yelped it?
Just like,
Gypsy. Okay.
Yeah, she was loud.
And what did you do when she did that?
That didn't stop me from keep on going.
Okay. You just kept stabbing her?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any reason that we would think that maybe you stabbed her more than 4 times?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Now, did Gypsy come in and stab her?
No.
Gypsy never stabbed her?
She couldn't do it. That's the reason why she asked me to.
Okay. Did you try to get Gypsy to come in and stab her?
No, I would have never done that.
Okay. So when you say 4 actual stabs,
And I think even at one point, she used the analogy that she was the princess and he was the prince, saving her from the evil queen. Because she grew up on Disney movies. That's her fantasy. So he's convinced of this fantasy. He's sharing this fantasy with her. This is incredible.
stabs. So those are the ones that went in deeper?
Yeah.
Was there some little ones? Or
There might have been, because the truth is I counted the ones that went in deep. I didn't count any other if there's any other ones.
okay. So if there's any other ones, you just didn't count those because they didn't go in as deep.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know that 4 of them went in deep.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where those 4 deep ones were?
This was in Missouri, I believe.
Counting the one in the back of the neck or not in that 4?
No.
Okay. So the back of the neck would be something different.
Yeah, it's completely separate.
Okay. So the 4 that went in deep, do you remember where those went at on her body?
I honestly can't remember because I think it's just a blockage because of the guilt.
Okay.
I can't
Okay.
remember.
Sometimes there's things that we don't remember and that I'll understand that you don't remember. But you
Wisconsin?
might not remember something
Really?
that's important that I know you remember. Okay. But that you might not remember, and I understand that because in the situation. Okay. So where was Gypsy at when you were stabbing her? When you were stabbing Dee in the bed, where was Gypsy at?
She was hiding in the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why was she in the
was
bathroom?
right in the bathroom.
Why was she hiding in the bathroom?
Because she didn't know if her mom was going to kill me or not.
Oh, okay. So she thought mom might kill you.
Yes.
Okay. Did she think mom had a weapon or?
She didn't believe I could actually do it. That's what I think it was.
Okay. She didn't think that you would just go in there. You don't know if she
Yeah,
had confidence in you. Is that what you're
Yes,
trying to say?
yeah. She didn't think I was
Okay.
capable of it.
Whose decision was it for her to go in the bathroom while this was happening?
She said that's what she wanted to do.
Okay.
So I just let her do it. And she got the door behind herself.
Okay. So she went in the bathroom, locked the door, and you went to do
Yeah.
whatever you were doing. Do you remember? Did Gypsy ever come out and see her mom?
I wouldn't let her.
You wouldn't let her go in there and see her?
I didn't want her to be traumatized.
Okay. Did you have sex with Dee?
No.
You didn't stick your penis anywhere on her?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Positive.
I'm 100% positive.
Okay. Did you stick your penis in her mouth?
Nope.
Okay. Did your penis touch anywhere on Dee's body?
Nope.
Okay. Did your mouth touch anywhere on Dee's body?
No.
Okay. You didn't kiss her or
Nope.
lick her or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. Did Gypsy come in and do anything like that with her mom?
No.
Touch her mom's privates? or-
No, she wouldn't do that.
Okay.
No, she wouldn't.
Okay. All right. What do you think about people that have sex with dead bodies?
It's quite disturbing, honestly.
Okay. That would bother you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like necrophilia.
Okay. Oh, is that an actual thing? What does that mean, necrophilia?
Necrophilia actually means I have sex with the dead.
Okay. Have you ever known anybody to do that?
No, I only know the word because I tend to look up words that seem to be popular in today's culture. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So you stab D in the bed, and Gypsy's in the bathroom. And so what happens after you're done stabbing D?
I knocked on the door, and I also scratched on the door twice to let her know it was me instead of her mom.
Oh, so is that a code you guys came up
Yeah.
with? Okay, so what was the code again?
It was 3 knocks and then 2 scratches.
Okay, 3 knocks, 2 scratches. And then that was so that way she would know in the bathroom. That was so Gypsy would know that it was you and not her mom.
Yep.
Okay. And did you guys plan that out before?
We, like I said, we went back and forth between more than one idea, but that would end up being the one that we stick with.
Okay. Okay. So after that happens, after you do the 3 knocks and the 2 scratches, does she open the door?
Not right away.
Okay, what happens?
She wanted to save her private part
Okay.
and her legs.
Okay, she wanted to shave her private part and her legs?
Yes, for me.
Okay. Has she ever done that before? Is this something new?
Usually her mom does not let her shave her legs.
Okay, so her mom doesn't let her shave her legs? Does her mom let her shave her privates?
Her mom never seemed to care about that before.
Okay.
So yeah.
So how did you know she wanted to do that for you?
Because she did it.
Okay.
That's how it's kind of.
What did you do while she's shaving her legs and stuff?
I waited for her.
Okay. And then she gets out of the bathroom. Is her legs shaved? Everything's
Yep.
shaved? And then what happens?
And then we start to clean up the ground and everything around.
Okay. Clean up. What are you cleaning? The house?
Yes.
You're like vacuuming and dusting and stuff like that?
Cleaning up such as anything that has memories of her. That's actually what we were doing.
I don't understand. I'm sorry.
Like anything that had she took some pictures away and she actually threw them in the trash. She tried to get rid of things that would give you guys the idea that she really lives there.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see what
That's
you're
what,
saying.
yes.
Okay. So did you guys clean up any blood or anything?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of blood got cleaned up?
I believe it must have been mine because I accidentally stabbed myself in the process.
Where'd you stab yourself at?
Right here.
Oh my goodness. Do you need stitches or anything?
No, I've been holding it
Okay.
together.
Is that the only place you got cut, or did you get cut other places?
I don't think. Well, before I got roughed up earlier, there was a spot right. Ironically, it's the very same spot they ended up hurting me yet again. Right
What do you
here.
mean got hurt again, roughed up? What do you mean?
When they arrested me,
Oh,
they took me
okay.
to the ground, and that's my was on me.
Okay. But that was an injury from when you stabbed D too, and then
Yeah,
it just got re-injured whenever you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that other one on your hand right there, that's the cut that you cut yourself.
Yep.
Okay. What are those up there?
These up here are from when I hit the ground because I hit my face and my stomach and part of my leg onto concrete.
Okay. When they arrested you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So so when you and Gypsy are cleaning up the blood, are you helping Gypsy clean up the blood, or is just Gypsy doing it, or just you doing it?
We for a while we did it together.
Okay.
And then because she wanted to get it done faster, she did it herself.
Okay. And what did she do it with?
She used the odor. What the heck was it? It was like a cleaner / odor remover.
Okay. Do you remember what kind of bottle it was in?
I was like a reddish bottle.
Reddish bottle. Okay. And how do you use that to clean? Like, is that a spray? Is that a powder? Is it liquid? Or
It's a liquid.
Okay.
So you had to pour it down.
Where she poured down?
She poured it on top of wherever the blood was.
Okay.
And then she would use either paper towel or she never used any rags, surprisingly. But yeah, that's the main thing she used, just paper towel.
Okay.
That or there was also these wipes that she used.
Okay. Okay. And so she cleans up the mess, the blood that may be yours because you cut yourself.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
And then she wanted to have sex with me, so I did.
Okay. She wanted to have sex with you?
Yes.
Okay. And so where'd you guys have sex at?
In her bedroom.
In
her bed.
Her bed. In
Yes.
Gypsy's bed.
Yes.
Okay. And so you guys have sex.
Yes.
And what kind of sex? What is sex like to you?
Well, to me, the kind of sex that it was pretty much was all 100% consensual. Is what I'm
Okay.
looking for. Yeah.
Okay.
Because she obviously I was the one that was in charge, but she went along with it willingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what did you guys do when you had sex?
We pretty much did all 3 things. We did anal, we did all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had anal sex with her?
Yes.
And then what's the other? I can't guess.
Oral. All
Okay.
of them. Like I said, all of them. Vaginal, all of them.
Okay. Okay. When you say oral, is that you
Yo, Gypsy Rose is a freak, dude. Jesus Christ.
providing oral sex to her and her providing oral sex to you, or is it both? Okay. And that happened in her bed?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if this is the first time Gypsy ever had sex?
Actually, I do know if it is.
Is it or not?
It isn't.
Okay. So she's had sex before she had sex with you?
She's had sex with me. I actually when we took her virginity.
Oh, so you guys had sex a different time than this. Oh, when did that happen?
It was in a
Movie theater.
In a theater?
Yeah.
In Springfield or somewhere different?
Springfield.
Wow, did her mom know?
We kept it from her mom.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I remember, what happened there was she secretly met him in the movie theater, and like she convinced her mom to take her to the movies, and then she went into the bathroom, met him in the bathroom in the movie theater, and they had sex. And I don't think her mom knew that he was there in the theater. meeting her.
Where did you have sex at in the theater?
It was in a bathroom.
Okay, in a girl's bathroom or boys' bathroom?
She just took me to the boys' bathroom. I didn't have any choice. I went right into the boys' bathroom. She was okay with it.
Okay, okay. Was that a year ago, 2 years ago? How long ago was that?
That was back in March.
Back in March of
this year.
Oh, okay. So you were in Springfield before.
Yep.
And did her mom know you were here?
No, I got to meet her mom in person for the first time.
And was her mom nice to you? Or?
Yeah, she was really nice to me. And then I don't know what it was, but apparently the night got ruined in some way. I was trying to understand what was going on with her mom, but
okay.
I don't know exactly what happened.
So did you meet her at the theater?
Yeah, I did meet her, but I was waiting for her for quite some time before I did.
Okay, okay. And then what happened after you guys had sex at the theater?
We went to our movie and watched it.
And then what happened after the movie?
Then I said, my goodbye store.
Go buy a store?
No, I said my goodbyes to
Oh, say goodbye store. Like, go to the
no,
store.
no.
Okay,
Yeah. So the mom like agreed. Yeah, because her mom just didn't want him around, but she like would agree to letting him see her under supervision from time to time. I think it's all shaky. It's been a long time since I followed this.
Said your goodbyes to her, and then you went your way and you went back home. How did you get here that time?
She got me the money.
She gave you money?
Yep.
How did you get the money?
She sent it in the mail.
Oh no. I ain't kink shaming. Don't get it twisted. I'm just a little taken back, a little surprised.
So was it cash that she sent you?
Yes.
Or, okay. And how much did she send you?
That time I believe it was $400 because she wasn't sure how much I was going to need.
Okay, so she sent you $400.
Yep.
Okay. And did she send you money this time for you to come?
Yeah.
And how much did she send you this time?
Same number, actually.
400. Okay. And then she just sent it to you in the mail cash.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And then so let's go back to the time that you guys just had sex. What do you remember what day that was?
I can't remember the day.
Okay. You don't remember if it was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, Saturday?
Oh gosh. If I had to guess.
So you don't have to guess. If you don't know the answer, you don't have to give me an answer.
I'd say Tuesday. If I had to guess.
Okay. If you had to guess, you'd say it was a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Did Gypsy enjoy the sex? Like, or was she telling you to leave her alone?
No, she didn't tell me to leave her alone.
Okay.
It was very consensual. I mean, at first she put me a little bit of she wasn't sure how rough I was going to be.
Okay.
But then after that, I reassured her that everything was fine. And after that, she just gave in because she knew that I was not going to hurt her.
Okay. So then she just gave in and just
did
it. Okay. What was she wearing when you guys had sex?
It was a dress. It was like a Cinderella dress.
Okay.
That's because that's the movie we were seeing.
Okay.
Together.
So she had a Cinderella dress on?
Yep.
And what color was that?
It was a lightish blue and it had white onto it also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she have a wig on or no wig?
Yes,
What color was her wig?
Her wig was blonde.
Blonde. Okay. And did she have that on when she was in the bathroom?
Yes.
Waiting for you to stab Dee?
Oh, no.
No, she didn't have it on then?
No, she had a different wig on at the time.
Okay. So the Cinderella dress thing, was that when you were at the movies or was
Yes.
that okay.
Yep.
Okay. So when you were at the movies with her having sex, she had a Cinderella dress on and a blonde wig.
Yep.
Okay. But when you had sex with her at her house, what was she wearing this time?
It was a really dark brunette wig. It was pretty long. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of clothing did she have on?
Me and her did it naked.
Okay. Did she have clothes on before you guys got naked?
Not really because she was
One thing you guys got to remember too is they were before they actually met. She was sending him all kinds of scantily clad pictures and stuff like that. And she was saying that she wanted to be dominated and he was going to dominate her and make her his submissive. So yeah, this dude likes his porn.
in the bath. Remember I told you she was in the bathtub doing that and she stayed naked the entire time because of it.
Okay, so she shaved her legs and her vagina, right?
Yep.
And then she comes out and then she cleans. Is she still naked when she's cleaning?
Yeah, she did the entire thing. She felt like she was in a rush, so she did the entire thing.
Okay, did it naked.
Yep.
Okay, and then you guys decide you're gonna have sex.
Yep.
And then you go into her bedroom.
Yep.
Okay, is her bed got blankets on it? Is her bed on the floor? What kind of bed?
Blonde Bomb, what she's doing, okay? What she's doing is she is presenting something for a jury. This stuff, him making him out to be a sexual deviant in any way, shape, or form, is going to help convict him with a jury. A jury is going to look at him like he's a sexual pervert and a freak, and it's going to make it easier for them to convict him, on top of the fact that he has an arrest for masturbating in a McDonald's. So this is what she's doing. She's creating an image of him as a sexual deviant to make it easier for a jury to, or make it more difficult for a jury to sympathize with him. It's all a big elaborate chess game when it comes to cops in an interrogation room.
What bed does she have?
It was the biggest thing I can remember about it is that it was full, and I mean full of stuffed animals.
Okay.
Gosh.
How did you guys have sex on the bed if there's a bunch of stuffed animals?
We threw all of it off of it.
Okay.
You just,
Throwing them off onto the floor? Or?
yeah, onto the floor because there's too much of it on there. I mean, stuff the ones that was like part a pillow, but part also a stuffed animal at the same time. We left that on the bed just in case you needed any comfort with it.
Was there was Dee making any noise, or was Dee dead by then?
She was probably long gone by then.
Long gone by then. By the time you guys are having sex.
Yes.
Okay. And so
I
when
mean,
you have sex, do you ejaculate? Like does semen come out of your penis?
I think I might have like too much what's the word I'm looking for? Stamina or endurance or something like that. Because it takes her a lot.
He's grooming the cop.
Okay, so it takes
Go ahead, stud.
a long time for you to get there.
Yeah.
Did you get there that night?
No.
Okay, so you wasn't able to
Nope.
ejaculate.
Not that time.
Okay. Was you at that time during the movie theater? Was you able to?
I got close to it. I wasn't able to do it though.
Okay.
Got close.
Okay. Did you get close? Did you get close this time at the house?
No. Actually, I didn't get as close as I thought I was going to it.
Okay.
I barely felt any pleasure actually.
Okay. All right. Is there a reason you didn't feel pleasure?
I don't know. It's really hard to say. It was the time before, like when I first took virginity. We had a condom on at the time.
Okay.
And I wasn't used to them at all. It's the first time actually I ever wore one.
Okay.
So by that, it must have like messed me up to where I'm not used to, because I haven't had sex for a very long time.
Right. Okay.
And ever since that time, I pretty much forgot like how to pace myself and all the rest of that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. When you say you forgot how to pace yourself, what does that mean?
Meaning I didn't know how to pace myself in a way where I would be able to build up the actual pleasure.
Oh, okay.
And a constant motion.
Okay. 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 So you
It
didn't
means he's thinking of his partner, you fucking dumbass.
ejaculate while you were at their house?
Nope.
Okay. So when does the sex come to an end? Like how do you determine, okay, we've reached the point where we're done having sex?
I did make her have an orgasm once.
Okay.
And then after that, she might have blew me a little bit, and then after that, I think we stopped because we realized there was a lot of packing and stuff to do.
Okay. And what do you mean when you say blew me?
Blow me meaning like she gave me a little down.
Okay. Is that putting her mouth on your penis? Yes. Okay. Okay. So after that, and
You don't know what a
decide, okay, now we
blowjob
got
is,
packing to
lady?
do. What do you guys do then after you have sex?
We packed clothes, we packed movies, we packed whatever she thought that we would like need pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of movies did you guys take?
She took some seasons of like some TV shows.
Okay. Do you know what kind of TV shows they were? I'm a big TV fan, so I'm just curious.
One was Game of Thrones.
Okay.
What other ones were there? I know she took some True Blood also. Can't remember the other ones offhand.
Okay.
There's more of them I can't remember.
Okay. And so what do you guys pack the stuff into?
A suitcase.
Okay.
Suitcase.
And what color suitcase?
It's pink.
Okay. And so everything fits in this one suitcase that you guys are taking?
No. We also took what is it, a backpack.
A backpack? Okay. What kind of backpack was it?
It was black. I forgot what it said. It had something on the back of it. I forgot what it said though.
Okay. All right. So you take the backpack and you pack all the stuff into the suitcase, and then what do you guys do?
And then we finish cleaning whatever else is left to try to get rid of my fingerprints and everything else like that.
Okay. So how do you get rid of fingerprints and stuff? Like what do you do?
She used a defectant wipe.
Okay.
And she pretty much patted down wherever she thought I might have had my hands.
Okay. And did you tell her to do that, or did she just do that?
She did it because she was afraid of me getting caught, even though I had a weird feeling I was going to get caught, but yeah.
You did have a weird feeling you were going to get caught?
Mm-hmm.
What gave you that weird feeling?
I just had this feeling in my stomach was going to happen, and it was just thinking it's only a matter of time for it happens. I wasn't sure when it was going to happen. I just knew it was going to.
Okay. All right. Well, you seem like a pretty honorable person, and you love Gypsy, so, I mean.
Well, that's the thing. I admitted to it. The thing is, me and Gypsy have cried multiple times.
Together over this?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've told her this will harm me for this one, because it's the truth they will.
Okay. Well, you're doing the right thing now, so you should at least give yourself credit. Don't be so hard on yourself. Okay. So, you guys get everything packed up, and then she wipes down the fingerprints or whatever. Do you help her?
No, I do not, because I don't want to use any chances of me getting any fingerprints anywhere else.
Okay.
So I let her do the rest of it just so I don't make any more for her to clean pretty much.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Now, in their house, is their house really clean and neat, or is it?
No, it is not neat at all.
It's not?
That was the first time ever in their house, and I can't believe how much of a pigsty it was.
Oh, okay. When you say pigsty, what do you mean?
I mean, there was one room where it was hard to even get into the room. Almost was in it. Then DV's bedroom, there was stuff along where the bed is. You got the bed, and you got pretty much where the edge of the bed is.
Okay.
That's where she had all different things just all over there. I don't know how else to put it. Like, I mean, she might have had like clothing and all different things in there.
Okay. Do you remember ever seeing a Barney doll or It's like a purple dinosaur.
Yeah, yeah.
Where did you see that at?
No, it's not even like this one. I was in her room. Wasn't it? I think it was in Gypsy's room.
In Gypsy's room?
That's what I remember.
Okay. But do you remember seeing a purple dinosaur? The Barney dinosaur or whatever?
Well, I know she did watch it, but I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking about this now. No, I don't remember seeing one now.
You don't? Okay.
No, I don't remember seeing one.
Okay.
I'm not thinking about it.
Okay. Okay, so you guys get everything packed, you wipe down the fingerprints, and then what do you guys do?
We get a taxi and we get to the hotel from the taxi.
Okay. Where does the taxi come to?
To the address of her house.
Okay, so you called the taxi, or does she call the taxi?
I called it because I was the only one that had to do it.
Okay, and then do you give them the address?
Yep.
Okay, and so you give them the address and they come to the house. Do you remember what day that was and what time it was?
It was in the morning, really, really like early in the morning. I remember the sun coming up. So
Okay, so you guys didn't sleep there at the house where he was at. Okay, so you remember the sun was coming up and you called the taxi?
Yep.
Okay, and so when the taxi comes, what color is the taxi?
It's yellow.
Okay, and is there a male or a female driving?
I mean, can't overlook the fact that Gypsy Rose was like, "You killed my mom? I didn't think you would actually do it. Fuck me." What?
Man or woman?
Oh.
If you can't remember, that's fine.
I can't remember.
Okay. Okay, so do you both get in the taxi with the luggage?
Yep.
And then where does the taxi take you?
Back to my hotel.
Hotel? And how much did they charge you? Do you remember?
I can't remember the exact amount.
Okay, but then did you pay for the taxi?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you guys get out of the taxi, and then what do you do?
And then we obviously we paid for it, and then we went up to my bedroom, or like,
What room was you in?
at the time when we did this, it was 227.
What was it?
The room number was 227 at the time.
227. Okay, so you go up to the room, then what happens?
And then we set everything in an area to where it was easy to maneuver around the bedroom of the hotel.
Okay.
And then we just relaxed at on top of the bed.
Okay.
We,
Did you guys have sex again?
we did, but we didn't do it right away.
Okay. Something that we didn't talk about that we probably should is, I've worked cases where people stab people to death before,
Okay.
kind of like this.
Yeah.
And usually when they do, they don't just get cuts, but they usually get blood on them. Like you get blood on your clothing or on your hands, or
Yeah.
you know how probably when you were stabbing her was blood kind of splattering a little bit or anything?
I didn't pay attention exactly with the blood. I mean, I could actually see like where the back of the neck was. I could see blood coming out of there.
Okay.
And I could see blood coming off the knife, but other than that, I didn't really know exactly where it was.
Did you get any of her blood on you?
Yes.
And how did you clean that up?
I didn't even clean it because we were in such a rush. I didn't even clean it.
So you had blood on your body when you had sex with Gypsy?
No, I had it on what the heck? I actually remember what I wear.
Okay, what did you wear?
I wear it was like a, what the heck is it called?
I'm just waiting for Cherry's response to Electra.
I think, I'm not sure that's the correct term, but I think it's called a spring jacket, almost like. It was black.
Okay.
And I also had a black shirt on as well as black pants.
Okay. What did your black shirt have anything on it?
Yeah.
Or just plain black?
It had clowns on it.
Oh, okay. Was it like a band or a?
No, it pretty much looked like crazy clowns, pretty much.
Okay. And then you had black pants on?
Yep.
And what kind of shoes did you have on?
White shoes.
Are those shoes here?
No.
They're at the house?
Yep.
Okay. And so you had the black jacket, the clown shirt, clown shirt, black pants, and tin shoes.
Yep.
And what color were the tin shoes again?
White.
Okay. Did you have any jewelry on? Any earrings, necklaces?
No.
Don't look like you don't have your ears pierced, do you?
No.
Okay. So, all right. So you go to the room. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was thinking, oh, we never talked about that. So let's talk about that. Okay. So you go to the room and you're up in the room and you guys are relaxing on top of the covers. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. And then what do you do?
And then while we're relaxing.
What, Cherry? I don't even know what that means. Are you saying that in an Irish accent? Don't pressure me, asshole. Don't pressure me, asshole.
Then we cuddled for a while.
Okay.
And then while we were cuddling, we were talking, but I honestly can't remember the entire conversation.
Okay. Did you guys talk about your future? What was your plans for your future?
We wanted to have a family together, and we wanted to build a life together and stuff. We thought we really had a chance to do it, so we were happy about that.
Okay. At any time during any of this whole situation that's happened, did Gypsy ever have to be in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Okay. When was that?
That was only when she was living at home.
Okay.
Otherwise, me and maybe like five other people knew that she could walk.
Oh, okay. Why did nobody know she could walk?
Her mom wanted everyone thinking that she's like 16 the entire time. So, yeah, she felt kind of trapped.
Guys, I found a clip of the people in McDonald's after homeboy here went 9 hours going at it himself with porn in the McDonald's. I found a clip of of the people in McDonald's. Hold on, let me play it real quick for you guys.
Like a wheelchair when I actually was trying to encourage her to be able to walk more and more and more.
Okay, so she can actually walk
Yep.
and stand and do everything.
Yep.
But her mom wanted her to use the wheelchair and pretend like she was 16.
Yeah, 16 and disabled. Yes.
Okay, so what would she do to pretend like she's disabled?
Oh gosh, I can't even answer that question because I've only been around her one time when she was in her wheelchair.
Okay.
And other than that one time, I mean, it's one of those one wheelchairs where it's motorized.
Okay.
And the thing moves fast. But other than that, that's all I really know.
Okay, so she can walk everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So when she was with you this whole time, she hasn't had to have a wheelchair.
Nope.
She can walk upstairs.
Yep.
Walk downstairs.
Walk downstairs, upstairs.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So you guys cuddle. You lay in the bed. Are you talking about having a family then?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do with your clothes that you had on?
Me and her, we weren't sure how long we were gonna be awake, so we both got naked and we both got really intimate and pretty much like snuggled together
Okay.
for a while.
Okay.
And it led to my sex.
Okay.
So,
Was you able to ejaculate that time?
oh,
No.
I had trouble the entire time I was in Springfield.
Okay. Okay. So, where did you do with the knife?
We wanted to mail it
Okay.
to my house.
Okay. So did you mail it?
Yes.
Okay. Did it come? Has it came yet?
Yes.
Okay. What did you do with it when you got it at your house?
We were planning on hiding it, so we did try to hide it.
Okay. Where'd you hide it at?
It's in my closet.
Okay. In your bedroom? In your house?
Yes.
Okay. And so you just, what kind of package did you put it in to mail it to your house?
I believe it's called bubble wrap.
Oh yeah, that clear plastic stuff.
It's like that, but it
Okay.
has a brown
Where did you get that stuff at to mail it?
Gypsy had that all set up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had that already all set up. So she had more than one of those to use. She put it in two of them.
Okay. And then so she put it in there. Did you write your address or she write your
She
address?
wrote it down. I have nowhere that good of penmanship.
Okay. So she writes the address on it, and then you guys mail it to your house.
Yep.
Okay. Whose idea was that?
Well, it was actually both of ours because we were thinking about like getting rid of it permanently over time.
Okay. Okay. And so you mail it to your house, and who gets it out of the mail? You, her, or your mom, or
My stepdad ended up getting it and he didn't know that's what it was.
what did he do with it?
He just told me that package got to me and she would walk upstairs with it like everything was fine.
Okay, they didn't even have a clue.
Yeah.
Okay. And so did you take the knife out of the package, or did you leave it in the package?
Leave it in the package.
And then so you guys decided, oh, we'll hide it in the closet.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so where did you hide it at in the closet?
Yeah, that's actually, I think that's actually how he got caught. Was he fucking mailed the murder weapon to himself?
The last place that I put it before I came here was it's in the deep corner. I'm trying to see if I can think of my.
Okay. How about this? Like I'm looking at let's say me and you are standing here looking at that, and that's your closet.
Okay. It would be in the deep right corner.
Okay.
Of the closet.
So if I went in your closet, it would go deep right corner like that. Okay. Is it still in the package and the package not open?
Yep.
Okay. And what do you mean like right before you came here? So did something happen to make you want to move it from one spot to another?
Yeah, because I thought it was not safe where it was.
Okay. So where was it the first time?
The first time it was just on top of one of my shelves in the closet.
Okay.
And it was visible, so that's what made me want to move it.
Okay. And so you just moved it back there.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you did that. So what did you guys do with your clothes?
She didn't really have to worry about anything with hers because none got on her.
Okay.
But for me, I haven't even washed my clothes yet.
Okay. You haven't even washed them?
No.
Where are they at?
They're in my duffel bag still.
In your bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of duffel bag do you have? Did we talk about that already? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
So the clothes is still in the duffel bag in the bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. And your shoes are in your bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. So okay. So do you guys just wear these clothes on the bus ride? Do you change or?
We did change. I mean, each day since I had the 3 days worth of clothes, I did change each day.
Okay.
I mean, like, shouldn't this guy have gotten like some leniency for fucking spilling his guts like this? Like, this guy he's giving her fucking everything. Shouldn't he gotten something? You know, like maybe the possibility of parole, maybe, or something. I don't know. It just like this guy's just talking and talking and talking. Like, it's insane.
Okay.
And then the last pair that I had of clothes or outfit, I guess you would call it, I just wear that on the bus and read the bus the entire way there.
Okay. Did you guys ever go to a Waffle House to eat?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought you said that you guys went to Waffle House and eat.
Yep.
And is that Waffle House close to the hotel in Springfield, Missouri?
It's right next to it.
Right next to it. Okay. And do you remember what day it was that you guys went there, or what time it was?
All I know is it was really early in the morning,
Mhm.
and actually I might even be able to get a time. It was I would say about maybe like around 8 a.m. I'd say.
Okay.
And the only reason I remember this so well is because I learned, not really learned, more like we learned it. That
I mean, at least, bro, like at least a pizza, you know, like hook this dude up with like, I mean, a hot and ready Little Caesars at least, bro.
she is what is it? I'm trying to think of what it is when you are you can't drink milk. What is it called?
Lactose intolerant?
Yes, that's what she is. She's
Okay.
lactose intolerant.
Okay. And so you relearned that at this restaurant.
Yeah, she forgot to warn me again.
Okay, so you eat at that restaurant. Do you remember what you ordered?
I had a what was it? It was like a steak and cheese omelet is what I ate.
Okay.
And I didn't eat really much of anything else that I got.
Oh, those things are good, man.
A raisin toast.
Okay.
Raisin toast, and then what else? I'm trying to think here.
Nah, she ain't getting him no McDonald's. She already knows better. She took his cuffs off and everything. Yeah, like she's not even gonna risk.
A little of hash browns also.
Okay. At that, when you were at that restaurant, was that the day that morning that you guys, or that you killed Dee, or was that the next day, or what day was that?
That's the only thing I don't remember. I don't remember the exact day.
Okay.
I don't remember the time.
Okay. But would it be fair to say that it was either the 9th, 10th, 11th, somewhere in there?
It's somewhere in there.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. So you did that. What day did you guys leave to come back here?
The 12th.
The 12th. Okay. And that was the whole ticket thing that you couldn't get the ticket.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about this. When did you, like when you came to Springfield, you went ahead and got the hotel. Is that right? Before you went, how did you get from the hotel to her house?
By a taxi.
Okay. So
Weren't you listening, lady? He still hasn't come yet.
we had a taxi pick you up at the hotel and drop you off at her house?
Yes.
And what day was that? Do you remember?
It was in the morning. I believe it was on the 10th, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. On the morning. So you went there, and is that the day that you killed Dee? At the same time, so the taxi brings you from the hotel to her house. And what's Dee doing? Does she care that you're there?
She is not even aware that I'm there because she's sleeping.
Okay. So do you go into the house, or does Gypsy come outside, or how does
She
that
let me in.
She let you in the house?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever go in that shed?
Shed.
There's like a shed on that property?
Oh, no.
Okay, didn't go in there. Did you ever get in their vehicle?
No.
That vehicle there. So you get dropped off by the taxi and Gypsy let you in?
Yep.
Okay. And when you get there, do you already know that you're gonna kill Dee?
I pretty much at that point I made my mind up that it's the only option at that point.
Okay.
So I just went right for it, and I had a latex glove on, something like that.
Okay.
So to try to hide my fingerprints.
Okay. Did you bring the latex gloves?
No, she provided them for me.
Okay. So when you get there, you put the gloves on?
Yes.
Revy guns. That's because you're going in there at like 4:30 in the morning, bro. Of course it's wilding out in there.
Okay, you put the gloves on outside the house or inside the house?
Inside. It was outside the house, but as I was walking in, I had them just.
So did you and her talk outside before you went in the house?
I did whisper because it was part of our plan, and she's the one that thought of that part of the plan.
Okay.
I told her to get her butt into the bathroom because that's what she wanted to do, and I had to remind her to get to it right away because I want to get this over with and get.
I agree, Kester.
Okay. So when you get there, she has the latex gloves or the gloves. What color are they?
They're like a cross between like a bluish green. It's like it's almost like a turquoise color almost.
Okay. Did she give you one glove, two gloves? Two. Okay. So you put the gloves on, and then what do you do?
After that, she hands me the knife, and then I take care of the rest.
Now, does she have gloves on her hands when she hands you the knife, or not?
Her fingerprints are on the knife.
Her fingerprints will be on the knife?
Yes.
Okay. So she didn't have gloves on then, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So she hands you the knife.
Yes.
And then what happens?
Then she goes straight into the bathroom, locks the door, and she waits for my signal to let her know that everything's clear.
And the signal was the 3 knocks and 2 scratches. Okay. Okay. Now, did you make her shave her legs and her vagina? Did you tell her that you wanted her to go in there and shave her legs and her vagina?
I think it was a combination of both of us.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted her to.
Right.
I'll be honest, I did want her to.
Okay.
I think she wanted to do it also because she wanted to make sure that she pleased me, made me happy.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what kind of sex do you like? Like, what kind of sex do you like to have? Is it sex like that's where it's the hugging and kissing sex, or is it the sex where it's a little bit rough, or is it the sex that you are really violent?
Me and her.
Is mixed sex an option? I like mixed sex.
That's actually the thing. I'm glad you actually asked me that because me and her have been experimenting between those, pretty much all 3 of those sexes.
Okay.
And the only thing is that she knows I would never hit her.
Okay.
So even with like me getting really, really rough to her, it may hurt. She has gotten better and better at adjusting to it.
Okay.
To the point she actually enjoys it.
Okay.
So yeah.
When you say really, really rough, what does that mean?
Meaning almost to the point it's violent, kind of rough.
Okay, so I can't assume or guess anything. So when you say violent or rough, is what happens to make that like that? Like, are you biting?
No, man, mixed sex, like a McGriddle. Jesus Christ, y'all are fucking slow.
her? Are you punching her? Are you?
No, I would never lay my hand on her.
Okay. Are you choking her? Are you pinching her?
No, I would not pinch her either.
Okay. See, I don't understand what it is. You have to explain it to me. What rough is?
I didn't even bite her at all. Actually, not for a long time. That is. I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It was pretty much the.
Really? Nothing, guys? Really? Nothing? Mixed sex? No? Really?
Bruh.
Oh my God, you guys are killing me.
To the point where I would use all my force into it, pretty much. That's the way to put it.
Like thrusting into her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So would there be any reason that she would have bruises on her arms or her legs?
Yes, because she wanted me to mark my territory.
Okay, mark your territory.
Yeah.
She asked you to mark your territory.
Oh, shut up.
The first time.
You know it's okay if you're the one that asked. You don't think that there's no crime there. If you're the one that's wanting to do this and she's agreeing to it, there's no problem with that. So there's no need for you to don't lie to me and say she wanted it if she didn't. It's okay if you wanted it.
I know,
Okay.
but I'm just telling you how it actually was.
Okay.
Which was the very first time she whispered in your ear that was a turn on of hers is biting.
Okay.
And that's when I bit. What part of her was it? I don't. Oh my gosh! Because I only remember the bit her twice.
Okay.
The first time I can't remember. The second time I can remember though because I bit her a lot harder the second time.
Okay.
However,
I
she
mean-
still enjoyed it even though it was really hard.
And I agree. Like, this is super fucking intrusive, but it's a tactic. Like, she's thinking of a courtroom. Period. That's all she's thinking of. This has nothing to do with the murder. They've already gotten past that. Now she wants to know all of their sexual fantasies. He never touched her body in a sexual way. Dee Dee's. He never did that. There's nothing. I mean, none of this is actually relevant to the murder. You know? I mean, which is part of why we're just fucking joking about it. But like what she's doing, like I said, is she's just trying to create a persona to present to the jury that makes it easier for them to convict him. That's what she's doing.
So we were going to talk about how she got these bruises on her arm and her legs. How did that happen? When you're marking your territory, how are you marking your territory?
Well, when her arms and bruises. Is that the one see if I can remember exactly where one was. One was right here. This is where I bit her. I know for a fact. It's like on this side.
Okay.
If I'm thinking correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on that side. It's permanent.
Okay.
And then I think I was trying to give her hickeys on her body as well.
Okay.
That's the other thing I was trying to do.
Okay. And how about her knees or her legs? Why would there be any bruises there?
It must have been because she was crawling on the ground when she was trying to clean up everything. That's actually where that came from.
Okay. Did you make her crawl on the ground? Was that a turn on for you? Or
Well, at first, I asked her to do it because it was a turn on.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it was a turn on,
For
but-
those of you saying that she's leading the witness, right? He already signed a paper on camera, recorded, saying that he understood what coercion meant, and that he's saying that is not being coerced. So he signed the paper, basically giving her free reign to be able to interrogate him almost however she wants within certain boundaries. But he's already waiving. He's already signed a paper saying that he doesn't want a lawyer and he doesn't need a lawyer, and that he's speaking to her under the understanding that he doesn't need a lawyer and he is not being coerced in any way. So I agree with you guys, but he signed this paper and he was asked what it meant. And he was asked if he knew what it meant, and he said that he did, and he even gave his own definition of what it meant. So that's going to hold up in court, whether we like it or not, and it did hold up in court. Period. But I don't think that I'm not sure there was an actual trial though.
After that, she just did it because she found it easier to clean because she was at perfect eye level to be able to find all what she had to clean up.
Okay. Why she was naked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
Pretty much.
just so we
ready,
understand each other, like if you tell me that you made her do something sexual, that's not going to bother me. Okay. So be honest with me. If that's a turn on, if the things we talk about is a turn on, and that's how something's happened, that's okay. We can talk about that. Okay. So just like that.
So what she's trying to do is tack on a rape charge on top of everything else. Tack on a rape charge. She wants to lock this guy up, and so he never sees the light of day again, which is kind of fucked up, But what that does is that just ensures a conviction more, any charges that she could slap on him, that's what she's trying to do. Anything that she can get. Because this always happens. They'll charge you with, like, if you murder somebody, they'll charge you with tampering with a body. They'll charge you with disposing of a body. They'll charge you with everything that they can possibly slap you with. And that's what she's trying to do here.
With her niece, you told her to do that, right?
Yeah, at first I told her to do it because I always thought it was something that would be a turn on, and when she actually did it, it did turn me on.
Okay. Do you think it would be a turn on to have sex with her mom? No? Okay.
Hell no. Have you seen
Because
her?
I think one of the things that she might have said was that you had mentioned that you'd like to rape her mom.
Yeah, at one point I was thinking about it.
Okay.
I did actually mention that I was thinking about it, but then I changed my mind because I felt bad for just the whole situation of having to kill her mom in general.
Okay.
So I decided to just kill her quickly.
Okay. Kill her quickly. How long do you think it was that you were stabbing her?
Maybe 5 minutes, maybe.
Okay. Okay. And did you ever get an opportunity to punch you or hit you or anything?
Well, Last Ronin, you have to understand, he's on the spectrum, and he's diagnosed clinically with Asperger's disease. So he doesn't really understand. Like, he knows right from wrong, but he doesn't necessarily know what's right and what is wrong. He believes that what he did was wrong, but for right reasons, if that makes sense. He believed he was doing it for love. You know, it's really complicated, but that's unfortunately, as far as the law. No, I know Last Ronin, because I know you kind of joined us a little late. So, but I'm saying, like, it's a complicated thing. So it sounds like he's just an idiot, but he's not. You know, he's got a clinical issue, and she's taking advantage of this. Make no mistake, she's taking advantage of this as a police officer, because unfortunately, that's not a reason. If he understood right from wrong and that he could face consequences for his actions, that's enough, and he falls under that category. He simply falls under that category. You know, so that's the loophole here.
She was trying to grab onto me, but I was able to get myself free to finish.
And I think you said that she had a nightgown on or something like that. Did she have any panties on?
No.
Okay. And how do you know she didn't have any panties on?
Because
totally
the last
lost.
thing I saw before I got off
Totally.
my body. And
Okay. So was you actually physically up on her body when you were stabbing her?
Yeah,
Or was you standing on the side of the bed? Like, if this is the bed and she's laying here, how were you on her? Can you show
I
me?
was not actually on the side of her.
Okay.
I was actually on top of her, which made it a lot harder for her to resist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you like straddling her, or how is that?
That's pretty much what it was. I was actually on top of her.
Well, burden of proof was in chat speculation station earlier and said that he tried and the judge denied it. So yeah, maybe he could try again. I don't know, but he is currently in prison without the possibility of parole.
Top of her back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you're stabbing her with one hand or two
Yeah,
hands?
one
What
hand.
do you say? Okay, one hand. Okay. So was she wiggling, like trying to get away from you, or?
Yeah, she did try to put a fight. Yeah,
Okay.
she did.
Did you tell her who you were, or did you say anything to her?
Well, yeah, actually I did.
What
the
did you
thing,
say?
The thing was, it was like a different form of myself, though.
Okay. It's not like how you
The
are.
thing is that I don't know if she told you. I don't know how much she told you about me, but the me you're talking to right now is my normal good self, and that's the reason I feel the guilt I do.
Okay.
But the one who actually did all this, the thing is, the good side of me originally refused to do it.
Okay.
And that's the reason why it was instant that it happened right away.
Okay.
That's right. So he claims to have an alter ego. This is also important. And this isn't something that he's making up in the interrogation. This is stuff that can go back to text messages and direct messages that they engaged in, him and Gypsy Rose, where he says, well, this guy's going to come out. And this, you know, so he actually, unlike Letitia Stout, claimed to have an alter ego at the time before the murder, before the actual reason why he's sitting in that interrogation room. It was already well established that he believed to have an alter ego. So if he had a good enough attorney, maybe he could have used that. Maybe he could have actually used Letitia's defense, and it may have even worked for him. But again, it's too late.
Okay.
Because my evil side is what actually did it.
Okay.
And what was it? The one thing he said was, "You're dead to me." Is one thing he said.
Who said?
That part of me said.
Okay.
My evil side of me said.
Okay.
And he said.
No, I want to know what you said. Was you saying anything to D?
No, I didn't say anything because that side of me wasn't me.
Okay. Did that other side say something to D?
Yeah.
What did that other side say?
The other side, that's one of the things that the other side said was "You're dead to me." That's one of the things.
Okay. What else?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things and I can't remember them all. Though.
Was you just saying them?
Sinner.
You know, some people sometimes just ramble.
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't ramble.
Okay.
But I think one of the things he said was "Stop resisting. You know you're dead."
Okay.
I think that's one of the things he said.
Well, it's you that's saying it.
I know, but it's the thing is that I have
You just got angry.
more than one person inside me. There's actually multiple personalities of myself.
Have you been diagnosed with that?
I probably should be diagnosed with it because it happens. The thing is, I used to take a medication because I used to hear voices in my head.
Okay.
And it went away, then it somehow went as just part of myself.
Okay.
So,
Does Gypsy know that?
Yes.
Okay.
She does know that.
Okay. Because some people use that as an excuse to cover up for the bad things that they do. So if that's what you're doing, that probably isn't a good idea. That's not being a man and standing up and doing what's right. If you're gonna do
Well, that's like I said. I told her I would.
See, she's smart. Like, she's smart. The way she's playing him right now is now she knows that this guy feels more of a man when he gets to talk. He feels sexually dominant. He prides himself on being sexually dominant. And it's smart of them to have a female detective in there interrogating him because he prides himself in being a sexually dominant male. And then for her to sit there and challenge his manhood and say that's not being a man, and someone with his level of intelligence, it's going to be easy for him to go, okay, well, all right, yeah. But if he had an attorney present, he could have probably played the insanity defense and actually ended up in a mental hospital. He could have ended up in a maximum security mental institution for the rest of his life, not in prison. But she's absolutely playing his ass.
My part of me, you're talking about the good part of me. I refused to do it, and I told her either.
Well, is the good part of you what got you on a bus and brought you to Springfield, Missouri to kill D?
Well, it was it was to actually see her, but as for the killing part, that was solely my evil side.
Okay.
Solely.
I agree with you. That's your evil side, but I don't know how. I don't know. I mean, your evil side was with you when you made the decision to get on the bus and come to
Exactly. I
Springfield,
agree
Missouri.
with you on that. I
Okay.
do agree with you on that.
Okay. And your evil side was with you whenever you decided to clean up your blood from the house.
Yeah.
Okay. But you didn't kill Gypsy, so your good side must have been there too, because you didn't kill Gypsy because you love her, right?
Actually, it's because Gypsy likes to call her more. I'm guessing her mom didn't really know about this side of her, but she has an evil side for herself as well. She likes to call her Ruby. That's what she likes to call her.
Okay.
But
right.
One of the things he said to her is never get between me and Ruby, is what he said. Because I guess that.
Yeah, Ruby also, Gypsy Rose also had an alter ego, according to her, prior. Again, those are in those DMs and text messages saying that she has an alter ego named Ruby.
There's more than one of the sides of each other that is in love with each other. So I got one side of her. His name is Kitty. It's like a little girl inside of her. You got another one called Candy.
Wait a minute. Is this like some kind of sex thing that you guys do?
No.
Okay. So when you guys have sex with each other, are you Nick and she's Gypsy?
Pretty much, but the thing is that we don't remember. Sometimes you might not remember. But the thing is, I've only experienced my evil side coming out one time to actually do what happened.
Oh, okay. So this is the first time you experienced the evil side coming out. Was
Yeah.
what you did on that night. Okay.
Yeah.
So your evil side hasn't came out before and caused you to do anything?
No, nothing like that.
Okay. Just this one time.
Yep.
Okay. And how old are you again?
26.
26. So in 26 years, your evil side never came out and hurt anybody or did anything else except for on this night.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the ways that you guys communicated. I know you said that you communicated on that Christian website. Then you guys communicated on Facebook, and then you say communicated Yahoo in your text messages, right?
Yep.
Okay. So one thing that I do know is that there were some Facebook posts put on that were kind of explaining that somebody got hurt. You kind of know what I'm talking about on Dee's web or Facebook.
Yeah, Dee's and
Yeah, that's another thing. Is she said something to the effect she's finally dead or something like that. Like, Gypsy Rose absolutely like confessed on a Facebook post. It's crazy.
Gypsy's
yeah.
Facebook. Okay, so who posted those things on there?
I didn't even know the password, so she's the only one that knows it. It's only she could post it.
Okay, do you know what they say?
I read it, but I don't know what it said.
Okay, so you didn't post them on there?
No.
You didn't hit the like?
Did she post them on there?
Yes, she did.
Okay, why did she do that?
I think she wanted to speed up the process.
Speed up what process?
The process of the authorities getting involved and everything else.
Okay. Did you know she made those posts before she made them?
She kind of surprised me with it.
Okay, and how did that happen?
She showed me it just after she posted it. I'm like, what the heck? But she kind of freaked me out.
Okay.
And I didn't do anything about it, obviously.
Did your evil side come out then? No? Okay. So you, she posts them. Are you in the same room with her when she does it, or are you somewhere different?
I'm in the same room.
You're in the same room with her?
Yeah.
And then so she makes the post, and then obviously you've seen all those people responded to that.
Yeah.
Okay, did you do any of those posts? How about the one about killing and raping or
No.
whatever? You didn't do that?
No.
Okay.
I think she only posted that to actually get everyone's attention.
Why?
Because apparently the first post that she was, or not posted, or was it posted? I don't even know it was posted. I just remember what you told me.
Okay. Did you actually look at it with your eyes, the post?
I didn't get to see the posts. That's the thing. That's the reason why I can't remember it that well.
Okay, she just told you about them.
Yeah, because apparently the first ones that she posted, no one was taken seriously. So she had to be more aggressive, and that's when she said what she did.
Okay. Okay. And what I don't understand what she was hoping to gain. Like, what was she wanting to happen as a result of that?
I think she just wanted to get past this moment.
Okay.
She wanted it to be a distant memory.
Okay. Did she suspect that if she did something like that, we would investigate it and come and speak to you guys about it? Did you guys ever discuss that?
I think we both did, but we didn't understand exactly how to deal with it to the point we wouldn't get caught. I think that's another reason why we're easily caught. But yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like you were easily caught?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you feel like she was easily caught?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you think that if Gypsy hadn't asked you to kill her mom, you would ever killed her mom?
I know I wouldn't have done it.
Okay. You just did it because you love Gypsy and Gypsy asked you to do it.
Yes.
Is that what I'm thinking? Okay. Or what? Is that what I understand? Okay. Okay. Sorry to confuse you. Okay. So, where is your bedroom at in that house that they arrested you in?
It was upstairs.
Okay. So if I walk through the front door of your house, where do I go?
If you go you turn take a turn right.
Okay. So I come in the front door, make a right.
And when you turn right, you'll see stairs. Walk up the stairs. You turn left, and the room right at the end is.
Okay. So I come in the front door, make a right, go up the stairs, make a left.
And then go straight to the last room that's in front of you.
Okay.
And that's
What's your room decorated like?
It was supposed to be my mom's room. My mom's room after a while because they were supposed to be building a room for me in the basement.
Okay.
So it's purple.
Purple. Okay. And is it the only purple room in the house?
No, I believe there's another one which is where my mom's room is right now.
Is that upstairs or downstairs?
Downstairs.
Downstairs. Okay. So your room would be the only purple room upstairs.
Yep. Upstairs.
Okay. Did you guys hide anything else?
Yes, actually we did.
Okay. What is that?
We hid the savings of what Gypsy and her mom saved up together.
Right. Okay. Where did you guys hide that at?
We put it back into her backpack.
Okay. So all the money's in her backpack.
Yep.
And where did you guys get that money at from the house?
It was in a dresser drawer.
Okay.
And it was in a pouch.
In a pouch in the dresser drawer.
Yeah.
Was the dresser drawer in Dee's room or Gypsy's room?
Dee's room.
Dee's room. And is it in a dresser like that has a lot of drawers, or one drawer or two drawers?
One drawer.
Okay. So the dresser has one drawer?
Yep.
Okay. And where is that located at in the bedroom?
If I remember, when you walk into the bedroom, it should be right on your right side.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be right in front of you.
Okay. There was a safe in Dee's room, wasn't there?
I believe there was, but it seemed like somehow most of the money Gypsy got out of the safe for something. Because we had a lot of money.
Okay. When you say a lot of money, what's a lot of money?
Thousands.
Thousands? Do you still have thousands?
We barely even used any of it.
Okay. Okay. When you guys were in Springfield, I'm sorry I'm jumping around, but I'm afraid that I'll forget to ask you something. When you guys were in Springfield, I know that you say you went to Waffle House.
Yes.
And you ordered pizzas.
Yes.
Did you go to a Walmart?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you go to a Walmart?
We went to Walmart.
No, not tonight, last Ronin.
Oh, we went to Walmart. It was
Just
the day
called.
before we were supposed to leave. So
Okay.
it was like the 11 I'm guessing.
Okay. What did you guys get at Walmart?
I got how many was it? I know I had at least, to be like on the safe side, I for sure had at least 1 2 liter of 7-Up.
Okay.
And I also got condoms, and she wanted me to also get what else did she want me to get? That I got for her. Lip balm. That's what it was.
Did she go in the store with you or not with you? Or?
No, she didn't want to go in the store because she knew that she had friends, and then she would ask her if that was if she was like, Gypsy, is that you? Yeah, she was afraid of it.
Okay. And so did you go to Walmart once or more than once?
More than once.
Okay. And did you go to the same Walmart?
Yep.
Okay. Is that Walmart located by the hotel?
It's pretty close to the hotel.
Do you walk there or did you ride in a cab or something different?
With her, I had to ride a cab.
Okay. So the cab come pick you up, take you to Walmart, and then bring you back?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you go anywhere else in Springfield?
We did go to the post office too.
Okay. And is the post office by the hotel or somewhere different?
I can't remember the name of the street it's on.
Okay.
I just know it's someone close to the hotel. I guess it was the closest one to the hotel.
What did the cab come and you said take me to the post office?
Yeah, we asked the cab driver to take us to the closest one that was to the hotel.
Okay. You said one time that you were in room, what, 227?
Yep.
Did you ever stay in a different room?
Yes.
Okay, what room was that?
That one right next to 226.
226. And why did you switch rooms?
Because we ended up checking out and we didn't realize that
Okay.
the whole bus situation happened, and that's why it
Okay.
came into what it did.
Okay, that makes sense. So what was your plan with the money that you guys took?
We were going to use it as a savings to pretty much get whatever we needed set up. So we were really going to just use it as how do you describe it?
Like a nest egg type?
Yeah, kill shot. That's fucking hilarious, buddy. That's fucking hilarious.
Shut up!
Thing?
Well, it was more like to help each other build up and save more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we were.
How did you know where the money was at in Dee's room?
She told me
Okay, did you get it before you killed Dee or after you killed Dee?
after.
Okay, and she told you which drawer it was?
Yep.
Did she ever come into the bedroom?
She just refused. No matter what, she refused.
Okay. Okay. And your clothes are still in your duffel bag. We talked about that.
Yep.
We sure talked about a lot.
All right, well, that's it for that. But hold on. I'm gonna play a little bit of the mom's interrogation. Well, it's not an interrogation, but an interview with the mom, because to me, that's kind of interesting. I want to get his mom's insight on him. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but
Oh, thank you for coming. I bet you want your phone back.
well, maybe since it's sped up, we might be able to get all the way through it. But
I want to talk to you just a little bit about what's going on, okay? As you know, Nicholas was charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. And what happened is he got a bus ticket. He came to Springfield, which is where I live, New York, and he and Gypsy conspired to kill her mother. He stabbed her numerous times in the back while she slept in her bed. They cleaned up the area. He had a hotel room.
It was all like.
They cleaned up some blood that was in the house. They got a hotel room. They hung out until they could get the bus ticket to come back here. Things that were recovered from your house. And did they leave you a list to tell you the things that were recovered?
No.
Okay. I don't know what the laws are here, but like when we do a search warrant where I live, we have to leave a list of everything that we took. One thing that your husband might remember is that recently Nicholas received a package in the mail.
Yeah, okay. I don't know about it, but if he says, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that was the knife that he had stabbed her to death. And they mailed it from their house there to your house.
Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. And that was located in your house.
Just my son's never done anything violent, so it's like.
That's what he
for her,
said.
oh my God.
He said that he's never. What do you think about this?
I don't know. I know that once he started going down there, we always keep a close watch on him because he has. And that's
Has he
why
been
it's good for us.
diagnosed with? Okay.
So that's why we kind of, treat him like when he was last doctor he talked to, they said his mind is probably always going to be 15, 16, right around there. So we always try to keep a close watch on him. When he said he wanted to go down there, I was a basket case. I'm like, you've never been out on your own. You know what I mean?
all right. So his mom is saying he's been diagnosed with Asperger's, autism, and that the doctors say that at this point in his life, 26 years old, he has the mind of a 15, 16-year-old, according to his mother here.
The last time he didn't tell us though.
Okay.
He got a cab and never said anything to us. And I saw a taxi pull up in my driveway.
Okay.
And I ran out there right as he was loading his stuff. And I'm like, where are you going? He's like, well, I didn't think you were going to let me go. I'm like, well, why would, it's not okay for you to just take off. You don't tell us where you're going. So he's never done anything like this. Nothing violent. You know what I mean? That's why I'm in shock.
Okay. I think he's madly in love with this.
I know. It's like, even when I try to talk to him about, there's plenty of girls out there. You're a good looking kid. Why don't you meet a girl at church or something, he just, that's the way it works though. When you have what he has, it's like your mind focuses on one thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I never thought he'd do something like this though.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just trying to hold it together because I don't want to lose it right now.
I know.
I have a little boy at home.
I know.
And trying to explain to him, hey, you're going to see your brother again. Or, you know what I mean? It's like.
Does he have many friends?
Nick?
Yeah.
He hangs out with his cousin, but his cousin's a good kid. Okay. They're good kids. They don't.
Did his cousin know anything about this?
Absolutely not. Okay. Oh my gosh, she's like an angel.
Is he in shock over this?
I don't know if his cousin knows. I haven't had my phone.
Okay.
They threw me down on the ground, took us to the school, and I haven't talked to anybody.
Okay.
I just called my work today. Nobody knew. Okay. Nobody knew what happened, thank God. But how are we? I mean,
I feel so bad for this lady.
to see him or trial or whatever. I mean, someone have
This is what's going to happen. He'll be presented with some paperwork for extradition.
Okay.
The way he talks, he's gonna sign papers to be extradited.
Okay.
He'll be taken back to Missouri.
Okay.
Once he's in Missouri, he'll be at the Greene County Jail in Springfield, Missouri, and that's where his trial will be and everything will be there in that area.
Will someone be in contact with us? So we...
He's an adult. He'll have to make contact with
Okay.
himself.
Okay.
It will have like phone access. And
I don't think there
things
was a
like that.
trial.
I don't know what they do here.
I think he
He'll
pled
be here for
guilty.
at least 30 to 90 days. So you might get with this county and make arrangements for visits and stuff like that. He didn't want you to know. He said that he would be a basket case, is his words, and that he said that to make sure that we let you know that he loves you. And I told him that we would. And he's really in love with this gypsy. And he did tell me. I mean, I interviewed him for a long time, and he told me that that he did it because he loves her and he wants to be with her, and he thought this was the only way that they could do that. So
that's the thing that sucks, is that he's such a good kid. He's a good kid. He's not, you know, he's definitely not built for prison. I'm just in shock. There's no way we would have tied him to his bed.
Yeah.
Even when that cat pulled up, I got.
And like, I get that it's his mom, you know, but she's saying like he's not built for prison. I mean, did that kid come off to you like he was built for prison? Like he belonged in prison with hardened criminals? I mean, I didn't get that impression at all. He belongs in an institution.
I was feeling, where's he going?
what did you think about Gypsy?
You know, it was weird because when I picked him up from the bus station.
What day did you pick him up?
I want to say his ticket he told me was for Thursday morning, but like my husband said he thought it was the next day, so maybe I could have got it wrong. But you know, I even asked her, how's your mom doing? How was your like? Because I was told she was in a homeless shelter. Her mom kicked her out, so I asked her how her mom was doing. This might have been the first thing I asked her, and they no big deal. They acted like nothing. Oh, we just don't see eye to eye, you know. And then how did the conversation go? It wasn't real long, but she kept saying, "Oh, ma'am, I'm a good. I'll clean and I'll get a job." And I'm thinking to myself, "What are you talking about? You know what I mean? What are you talking about?" I thought you'd maybe stay here for a week or something. I don't know. But so it wasn't. I don't know what my husband said when I was at work. She came out and made food. It was just weird.
Did she ever say anything or do anything that made you question anything about it?
No, because they just kind of hung out in the next room and whatever, watch TV or whatever. Yeah, I can't even, you know, it's incomprehensible what's going on right now. I haven't even talked to any of my family members.
So when was he diagnosed with
Oh, he's had it since he was a kid.
Did he graduate high school?
He did.
Okay, from where?
Nathan Hale.
Okay.
From Los Dallas.
Okay. Did he go to any college?
No, he did take like computer courses, but as far as like a college enrollment, no.
Okay. Has he ever lived outside the home?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
He says he gets lonely quick. Is that true?
You know,
he says
I guess he's been talking to her for a couple of years that I know of.
Okay, talking to this Gypsy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but we always try to talk to him about dating someone around here, or you know.
Yeah.
Because one of my friends let me know something was on Facebook about her, saying she was trying to get pregnant.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? I had a long conversation with her about it. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I do think that, Laura Lee, but at the same time, I also think that she just happens to be a woman who was in charge of the case. So I mean, I don't think that they immediately like. I think it just kind of like was convenient that he turned out to be somebody that would probably open up more to a woman during the interrogation, but I think that she was just a detective assigned to the case.
I mean, that freaked me out right there. I mean,
Do you think that she was trying to get pregnant?
I don't know.
We should probably give her a pregnancy test off.
Oh my god. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll let them know
you
there.
Look at her Facebook account; it's on there.
Okay. What was the name on her Facebook?
There were like a couple of them, but their names are like together in one of them. You know, I could probably pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
That might help us
out.
Believe that. I don't know. I'm just in shock.
Yeah, this will help us lock up your son for good. That'll really help us out.
I would just go under like Gypsy, Nicholas Rose, or their names together. They're like, there's like, I know Nicholas is in there, and I know Gypsy's in there, and I think Rose might be in there. Okay. It's like they had
What was the Rose? Is that her?
Sunnyside, I agree with you 100%.
I said the first time I went down there, I said, Nick, you can't. If a parent doesn't want you around their kid, that's the way it is. You know, that's your parent.
Yeah.
You know, what do I teach you? What respect? You have to respect people. And
how old do you think she is?
I was told she was 19. Okay. How old is she?
Well, we have information. She's 17, 19, and 23. So the problem is that I'll just tell you. I don't know if you've seen the news media.
No, I won't even turn the TV on.
Okay. Well, this is the situation with Gypsy. Is that her mom? it's my understanding her mom had her pretend like she was like 16 years old, and they would push her around in a wheelchair and pretend like she couldn't walk. And this went on for many of years. And she would wear a mask and hats and tell them that she was going to treatment, and they would raise thousands of dollars for her and her family. But actually, am I correct in saying she walks just fine?
Yeah.
She walks up and down the stairs.
The stairs to our house, they go straight up.
And she walks up and down those just
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, if she would have fell down, I would have held her up or something. But
Right.
she was walking. When I picked them up from the bus station, she was walking.
Yeah. So for years, they pretended like she couldn't walk and pretend like she was ill, and
just to collect benefits.
I'm not really sure why, but they would do our community would do fundraisers for them.
Wow.
So that's something you're going to see in the media. Our sheriff just made a media announcement about that, because to let our families in our area were so concerned, because these were supposedly really Christian people, and here they're missing, and then come to find out mom's dead, and then come to find out now Nick's the one that stabbed her, and so what's his cousin's name?
Ricky.
Would I be able to speak with Ricky? Is he living on the
Why
area?
are you bringing him
He's
into it,
in-
man?
You know what? I'm
Okay,
telling
call
you
him.
right now, there's no way that absolutely not with Ricky. He's like,
Do you think Ricky even knows anything about this at all?
no, absolutely not. Ricky's an angel. Okay. You know, he has a heart problem. He just goes to work and comes home. He's a great kid.
How old is he?
Him and Quinn, I'm talking about my younger son. Him and Nick are pretty close to the same age, but no, Ricky's an angel.
Okay.
Absolute angel.
Is there a phone number where I can call him?
Let me see if, oh my God, he's probably going to be in shock too. He's got me on here.
I don't want to give him a heart attack if he has heart conditions, but
414.
Okay. So that's about all I'm gonna play for that tonight. Yeah, so as of December, Gypsy Rose Blanchard will be released from prison. She served 8.5 years out of her 10-year sentence. Personally, I believe that's fair. Personally, I believe that Nicholas should be in a mental health facility, not a country club necessarily, but a mental health facility, not surrounded by hardened criminals. Because I mean, it doesn't sit well with me, but apparently, according to the law, there are ways around it, and the only thing you could do is get an overly sympathetic judge to kind of overlook certain loopholes in the law, which he probably can't do. So, I mean, it just is what it is. From what I understand, he, according to Burden of Proof, who was in my chat earlier, said he tried to appeal and the judge denied it. So, and that's just the way this goes sometimes. Sometimes there's not justice. Now, in a way, justice was served because Gypsy Rose served time. But the reason why I don't feel that she should serve life in prison or any further prison time than she already did is because she was kind of in a prison her entire life, didn't know anything else. And she was definitely a victim of a kind of abuse that is so rare. So that it's very, very sad. And I feel like that has earned her a second chance to contribute something to society. Now, this young man is clearly dangerous, easily influenced. But I don't think that the reason why that is his fault. So, do I think that he should be a member of society? No, I think he ruined that chance for himself because he does know right from wrong. But I feel like he should be treated, studied, and it's just sad that we're not going to take advantage of this situation and learn from it, considering how unique of a situation it is. Now that I have all you guys in here, please consider I'm covering the murder of Officer John O'Keefe of the Boston Police Department. It's a major case and it's very complicated. And I really hope that you guys follow it with me and join me when I cover these things. I know it's hard to click on because it's not something that you really look into, but Google it yourself. Look into the case, and I'm discovering it on my own, and I'm kind of learning as I go, as I do live streams, because I like to kind of just share the experience of learning things. So just consider checking out those right, Turtle Boy as well. And I actually have been in contact with Turtle Boy, and I believe we definitely have something in the works for next week. Turtle Boy, the plan is that Turtle Boy is going to join me here on this channel and do a live stream with me, because I am really interested in picking his brain and hearing what he has to say. But the story is basically that there's a woman named Karen Reed who was John O'Keefe's girlfriend, and she is charged with second-degree murder for running him over or hitting him with her car. But these things, the facts just don't add up to this conclusion. And there is speculation and there is theories that she is being framed by a bunch of cops that were supposedly John O'Keefe's friends. And if this is the case, then there's a major injustice happening. And I really want to get as much attention on this case as possible. Now, make up your own minds about it. And all opinions here are welcome. You may believe that she's guilty, and you may believe that she's innocent. Either one, you're welcome here and to share your opinions on this, but do yourselves a favor and educate yourselves on this case. And I'm going to do my best to educate you guys as I educate myself. So it's a very, very complicated case. And there's a lot of ins and outs, a lot of people involved. I really, really like it if you guys would join me on those on those live streams. It would really, because I really think that this is something that everyone needs to be talking about. Because if you know how we feel about, we always support law enforcement here, but if law enforcement, if the use of a badge is being abused here, that needs to be exposed. And if the tarnishing of the name of law enforcement officers who are innocent is happening, that also needs to be exposed. And I want to be able to explore that with you guys. So I really hope to see you guys in those future live streams that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be doing it a lot. Anyways, guys, I am going to wrap this up. I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you, especially this late, man. You guys are great. I guess it helps that it's a Friday night. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I had a blast, and I'm sorry about earlier when the other live stream got taken down because of the copyright issue from what I was playing. But I'm glad that we got to go over all the facts in this case, and we got to discuss the Gypsy Rose Blanchard situation. So anyways, guys, thank you all for all the new subscribers. Thank you for hitting the like. Thank you for the super chats and the Venmo and all of that support, and just being here. So that means a lot to me. Anyways, guys, I love you guys very much, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.